Test, 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 test. What it do? What it do? What's going on? What it do, Pikachu? What's going on, chat? Let me grab some water. Chat, get in here and tap that screen. Let's get some debates going. What's up, Heidi? How's it going, y'all? What's up, Elra? What's going on, y'all? Let me fill up my water bottle. What up, HE Dubs? What's up, Jumper? What's up, Nicole? Oh, chat. If you guys haven't tried this stuff, it's great. The lychee flavor, oh my god, it's so good. I'm addicted. What's up, Dolphin? Chat, we are looking for debates. If you're a Trump supporter or if you're a conservative or a MAGA fascist, hop in the box. Come tell me why you like Trump. What's wrong with you? Is lychee similar to watermelon? Um, you could say that it might be like the same ball field. I think that it's got a very unique flavor. I think it's like a tie between like grape and I don't know, guava. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Guys, we just went live. Hook it up with some taps. Lychee's its own thing, in my opinion. Yeah. Um, lychee is just one of the greatest things ever. Guys, we are looking for debates. If you're if you're a Trump supporter and you want to talk to this liberal soy boy, Bettacuck, hop in the box. Passion fruit's better? Nah. Nah. False. False. How we doing, everybody? Happy Tuesday. The phone line is on. If you're trying to debate, call in on the phone. Come tell me what's going on. What's wrong with you? Mango pineapple's pretty dope. I can get behind that. But if you ever go to like a sushi restaurant or something and they have lychee sake, highly suggest trying it. I've never even heard of that red. Ah, delicious. Delicious. What up, Copen? Guys, I think I'm going to still do 2 streams today. We missed our early morning stream, but we're going to try to get back on track. We're going to try to get back on track, maybe even do 2 streams today. Help me get to 10K really quick. 10K likes. We can send this out to more people. What's up, Emmy? What's up, Nicole? Thank you for the follow. Thank you, y'all. Let me get on here and repost. Do 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 do. Why do you do that? New Dungeon Crawler Carl just dropped today. Interesting. Should we join everyone home with my accounting homework? Oh my gosh. I do get my other account back today. It's probably a little later in the day. I'm not sure. I could probably test it after this live. What's going on YouTube? How are we doing over here on YouTube? Guys, if you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hello?
Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Well, I was gonna just say an opinion on kind of why I think Trump doesn't suck. I think there just might be kind of a silver lining in the fact that he's kind of brought the country to a position where it has to acknowledge what's going on and how bad politics have gotten and how far away Congress has gotten away from the average American person. And so, even though he may not be doing something great at the moment, I have a feeling that it's going to kind of spark the awakening that the American public needed.
Maybe. Maybe, like, whether or not this is going to be able to, like, the pendulum is going to be able to swing the other direction is unknown right now. I'm not sure what he's going to be doing to, like, the electoral map is just foobar now. A lot
I
of the
agree, but
country.
I just think that like maybe if Kamala had won, or say maybe you know any other politician, that maybe the temperature of kind of the way that Congress has been bought and the troubles behind the scenes with kind of the government, uh, that problem could have just expanded on infinitely also, and that maybe Trump is the fever that is going to really force the cure.
Maybe. I think that a lot of people are beyond bringing back. I think that Trump has highlighted and weaponized like accounts of fraud on the other end of the aisle to kind of take away from the attention that he should be getting for all of his criminal activity. So I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I get what you're
Right.
saying. I get the gist.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe his, criminal behavior will again, force people, pushing accountability up higher, higher in the chain. So that's all I wanted to say is, like maybe he is a horrible person, but maybe he doesn't suck in the long run. I don't know. I just thought I'd call in and throw that out there. That's all.
All right, man.
Thank you for taking my call.
Anytime, bro. Take it easy.
Thanks. Peace.
I think it's Trump has absolutely weaponized. Like for those of us who aren't blind to it, yeah, we see it, and it's just like way more alarming. And maybe we're going to be more motivated to vote on the left. But I think the same thing can be said by people who are brainwashed on the right. Maybe they're motivated for weird reasons to vote in the opposite direction. I I don't know. We have people who are so just deluded with misinformation that they don't know who to believe. They'll never trust anything that comes out of the government from this point forward. Um, they'll look to a strong man to run things for them. Hello.
Have you ever hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever, you were just talking about credibility. You were just talking about it. After the Russian hoax and the COVID hoax and, the Epstein hoax, you guys have tried everything. You talked about investigating. He's the most investigated person of all time. You guys had 4 years, and all you could come up with, by the way, the Epstein files, the right wanted the Epstein files investigated. You guys all stayed silent. But when you got just a sniff that Trump was going to be in there and he'd have some damaging stuff, you guys have been going ape shit. Now it's starting to die down a little bit. But
Mm,
hoax after hoax. Do you ever think about credibility for your party? Like you've never, ever, ever said anything true. I mean, if you say that he's a criminal or you say he's a rapist or whatever, you have no proof,
so
right?
I'm
You
gonna
have
I'm
a
gonna I'm gonna retort to some of these things. First of all, the Russia thing. I think Trump is obsessed with the idea that the Russia thing was a hoax. I think that it was a soft spot for him for us to bring up and show his connection to Putin. I think that there absolutely is proof, like undeniable proof, that, for instance, Steve Bannon, who was part owner of Cambridge Analytica, bought and paid for ads and gave money and information from Facebook data to Russia to influence the 2016 election. That is 100% true. That is 100% true. And is Trump doing things that are enabling Russia to make progress on the Ukraine front? Yes, it's absolutely
so
true.
what you just said there. We want to make you're saying that this idea that the Democrat Party that we're going to
We're losing you.
we're going to get information, right?
We're I can't hear you.
Great. Can you hear me?
It's a little better.
Sorry, hold on. This piece of shit. Um, I don't think this service is going to get much better. I'll probably have to drop down, but I just think that the Russia whole situation. If it was Trump's idea to make the Democrat Party look bad, how did it end up making him look bad? I mean, that's kind of interesting. It's kind of like the Darvo effect, right?
I
Like
think that
deny,
Trump
accuse,
Trump
reverse roles of victim
so
offender.
that's absolutely what Trump has done. So like I think you unironically are buying into Trump's Darvo
No,
methods.
if you know, well, hold on. Darvo starts with denial, right? So he
Russia.
was going after them. Well,
When
he
was
was going
Trump
after
going after
them, right?
Russia?
Well, you had explained that they were trying to get stuff out of the Russians to say that, look, the Democrats are bad. They're doing this or that. He wanted
I
to
haven't
make
I don't know
the
anything about that.
Democrats look bad.
What are you talking about?
Okay, well, you said the Steve Bannon thing and getting
S-
information, right?
Steve Bannon's a hardcore right-leaning person. He was in Trump's first administration.
Right. Do you remember when he hated Trump? Just not too long ago when he talked badly about Trump?
Yeah, but now he's talking about getting Trump reelected for the third term.
Right. Well, it says a lot, I think. I think what that means is like, unlike your party, if someone feels like they're not aligned, they'll actually open their mouths about it. Your party just blindly agrees with everything, as long as it's anti-Trump.
Now, I think that the opposite. So I think that your party, if anyone steps out of line from Trump, they're a rhino. So, i.e., Mitch McConnell. We can talk about Liz
Marjorie,
Cheney, Adam Kinzinger,
MGT.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. All
Yeah,
these
let's
people
talk
are
about her.
exiled from
Let's
the
talk
party.
about her. Let's talk about her. How did you hear the latest news about her, MGT?
She fled.
Why are you that's not the important thing here. She fled with what?
What did she flee with?
What is the big story? Are you going to pretend you don't know what the big story
You
is
would just want
about
to tell
what
me
she
real
did?
quick? There's a lot of stuff Marjorie Taylor's
Well, we
done.
already know. We already know that you don't want to admit it,
What did
right?
she do?
It's that well, I guess she bought a $5 million property. Did you hear that?
Okay. And
Okay. And so I would say that a person that flees and buys a $5 million property after talking shit about Trump with no evidence whatsoever, talking about the Epstein files, you don't think she was paid? You don't think these people are paid,
dude,
honestly?
in Marjorie Taylor Greene, one of the dumbest people that walk the earth, has made $40 million in one session in Congress. Like that's where she got that money, probably from Trump and his friends.
Oh, I get it. So nothing makes sense with you. So she badmouths Trump, yet she's on the same team. Is that what you're trying to
She
say?
was, and now she's not because she was pulled into the Situation Room and told to take her name off of the Epstein file petition. And now that she hasn't, she has come out and spoken out against all of the insider information she has regarding the Republican Party and how everybody is just being mass manipulated. Same thing you have to say about COVID. There's no evidence. There's no science based evidence that COVID was a hoax or that the vaccine was a hoax. You
Well,
guys died because of
I
that at a
guess
higher
she
rate.
would agree that she's America first. Then she's America first. Then you agree with her now. You're a fan of hers. Is that
I'm
right?
not a fan of her. I don't think that she will ever get my forgiveness ever.
Mm. Yeah, it just doesn't add up. It's interesting. So when you bring up these people that have, kind of gone against Trump, there's always something to it. There's always some guilt there. I
Adam
mean, you look at,
Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, all these people, when they turn against Trump, they come out with these smear campaigns against her, and you guys buy into it.
don't forget
That's what
about
makes
your
sense to
boy
me.
Swallowswell. Don't forget about your boy Swallowswell.
Okay, and guess what? As soon as we found out that this was public information, he was gone, ousted from the party. You guys elected yours to presidency.
The difference is there was a actual, like, so that's a great point. So in the Epstein files, well, in any files, we've never seen any accuser go up and explicitly explain what happened to them as a victim,
That's not true.
sexually, schmexually, whatever. Um,
There's a very credible allegation against Trump. They've investigated her
I'll
four
say it again.
times.
We've never seen someone go on TV to explain so vividly and specifically on how they were assaulted and et cetera that we heard with
We have FBI
Swallowswell.
reports of people doing
So
this.
what's that?
We have FBI reports.
So again, I'll say it
Same
again.
thing. Same thing with Eugene Carroll. She absolutely came out, and you guys didn't believe her either.
Oh, E. Jean Carroll. Well, I would say that all you have to do is go watch the full CNN interview and see if you find her a credible person. This
I
is
already have watched it
a absolute.
with
Let's
Jake
watch
Tapper,
it. Let's watch it.
where she comes out and
No,
says that
with
some people think that.
no, not Jake Tapper, not Jake Tapper. With she says, "Ooh, wow, you're an interesting." What was his name? The white hair guy, the gay white hair guy from CNN. What's his name?
You tell me.
That's the
Anderson
interview.
Cooper?
Yes.
Okay, that's who I was thinking of anyway. Anderson Cooper and her, there's like a very creatively edited version of what she says, and I'm sure this is what you're referring to, but she says that some people think that rape is sexy. She's like, but it's not.
Wow, it's edited. We'll see the unedited version. I think the unedited is a lot. I'm all about unedited. So I would love for us to watch that interview. It is hilarious. It is funny and entertaining. It's probably the most interesting interview I've ever watched.
Have you seen the
And
hot
funny.
tape about Trump talking about how he literally just does this? How he goes up to
What hot
women
tape
and
is
he doesn't
that?
have to ask permission, that he can just grab them by the pussy, that he can move on them like a bitch?
Did he say I or did he say you?
I.
No, he didn't. Let's check the
He
tape.
says, when you're rich, you can move on them like a bitch, speaking from experience, right?
Okay, sir, I just asked you. See, under direct questioning, you fold. So you just lied. Okay.
He's talking from
So did he say
self-experience.
I? Did he say I or did he say you? You said I.
He's
He
like,
said
I start
Go play
kissing
the
them.
tape.
I just start kissing them. Did he say that?
No. Now you're taking two different sentences, and now you're trying now because you've gotten caught in one. Now you're moving to the second. Let's
Okay,
stay
it's
focused
called
here.
context.
Did he say I or you?
So,
When he said that did he say I could just grab him by the pussy, or did he say you could just? Because there's a difference between I and you, right?
when he's
Isn't
saying
there?
you, he's referring to someone like him. When you're
Then
rich,
why do you
like
need to
him,
change?
you can do that.
Then why do you need to change his verbatim? And why does
I
your
think that
party
you
do
need to
that on a
highlight.
consistent basis?
You're highlighting without context.
Because you have no
his use of the
credibility.
word.
Because you have no credibility, sir.
I'm sorry.
And we're sick of it.
You're
We're
telling
sick of
me.
it.
You're telling
We're
me
sick of
that
it.
Trump in that whole conversation isn't talking about him and the things he does. Are you telling me that?
Tell me that just very simply, why do you need to lie then? If you have
not
such a
lying.
great case, why do you lie on purpose,
not-
or is it on accident?
I'm sorry.
Did you do that on accident?
If you are
Did you accidentally lie, or did you do it on purpose?
It wasn't a lie. It wasn't a lie.
It was a lie. There's a difference between I and you. And I asked you, did he say I and you? You
So
said he said
when
I.
he says you can
Now
move
you're
on them,
walking that back.
I
Now
want
you're
you to, I
walking
want to
that
help
back.
you think about this. When he says you can do this, what is he referring to? Is he referring to the person he's talking to? Is he referring to a certain class of people? What is he talking about?
See, that's the beauty of the English language. It's not left up to your interpretation. It is all literal. So if he literally said I, you'd have a case for that. If he said you wouldn't have a case for
He's
that.
speaking from
Okay?
experience.
Does
He's
that make
saying
sense?
that when you're
And when
like
you
me,
lie,
you can do this.
you know you're caught. You know you're caught in the verbatim lie when you
Nobody's buying
change one
this.
word.
Nobody's buying this.
Well, okay. Well, if anyone wants to come to reality, and I would hope that you'd want this for yourself. You don't want to be accused of things and have people playing with your words. You don't like that, do you? I don't think you'd like that. So why do you keep changing
I
his
don't
word?
get in trouble
Even
because I don't
it's
say things
always
like that.
one word. You
I
just
don't say
got
things
caught,
like
buddy.
that.
You said I, and you doubled down on it. And now you're trying to run away.
Okay. When Trump is talking on that hot mic, he says, beautiful women, I just like kissing them. I just kiss them. And when you're powerful, you can do this. When he's speaking about when you were powerful, he's referring to himself. Is he not?
No, he's saying when you're powerful.
This is
No, he's not.
this is the
Let
second
me,
time I've had
let
you
me,
with your legs behind your head, dude. This is sad.
you're getting crushed, buddy. See, this is the difference. You have to understand the English language is not to be manipulated. So there is a difference. That's why it's so specific. Specific words matter. When you change one word in a verbatim comment, you are dishonest. When you sit there and argue with me and then claim victory after you got caught, you're pathetic.
Nobody's caught here besides you, and I
You're
think you're just
pathetic, dude.
darvoing
You're
here,
on a
dude.
pathetic.
Unironically darvoing.
You're pathetic, and you're caught. You're caught in your misquote, and you won't admit to it and say, you know what, that's right. I don't want that done to me. I
Nobody would
don't want
listen to that
misquoted.
conversation and be like, Trump wasn't talking about himself. Nobody with a brain would say that.
Then why? I'll keep asking you the question. Why do you keep changing the words that he said? Why do
I
you
said
change the words that
verbatim
he
what
said?
he said. I said exactly what
The
he said.
answer to that question is for you to sell your narrative, you're going to need to change some words. You obviously feel the need to change
Hey
some
man,
words.
if I
Instead of
came
I,
around
you
your
say you.
daughter and I started talking to you about how I can go around being an influencer and I can just make out with people, and when you're an influencer, you can just grab them by the you know what. Do you think that you would feel in fear of your daughter being around me?
Now we can go take a bird's eye view and look back and see how petty and ridiculous this private conversation of what it is. You can call it locker room talk, you can call it one-on-one talk, you could call it guy talk. Okay, worse things have been said, sir. Okay, and who cares? Who fucking cares? You don't
It's
think that
damning.
celebrities?
Trump
You
is
don't think
talking about
celebrities? You
Trump is
don't
talking
think
about
celebrities
things that
have
he
said the
does.
same thing to their buddies? You don't think celebrities have said the same thing to their buddy? You're a
If
dishonest
they
person.
had
We've already proven that.
28 sexual allegations against them, then it's a different story. But when we're
All
saying that
post 2016, all post 2016, all
I,
post 2016, right?
yes, when
That's
somebody
right.
runs for
That's right.
president
That's
and they
right.
say this is
Nod
the type
your
of
head.
person they are,
Nod
when
your
their
head.
character
Post
is
2016, right?
when their
And
character
again,
is so bad, they
I'll
shouldn't be
challenge you
president.
again.
They
I'll
should say
challenge you
this.
again. Where is that swallows well type of victim that's going to come out and give us specifics? Where is it? You don't fucking have it.
Okay. So when we talk about rape victims and believing them, you side with the man who talks about doing these things regularly, and you say he didn't do that. Is that what you're saying?
What he did in that secretly taped video was one-on-one in private. He did the same thing many
He thought he was
celebrities have
talking to
told
an
their high
Epstein
school
class.
friends.
He thought he was talking to his Epstein friends. Sure.
Well, that's another good point. So you do. I remember they basically canceled the extra guy just for engaging in the conversation, right? For having locker room talk. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. People want to get rid of cancel culture. In fact, Dana White said it just today in an interview, I think,
The only
and he
people
said,
who cry about
look, I
cancel
mean,
culture are the right because they are constantly getting canceled for being dumb and open about their bad beliefs.
I think less people are being canceled now, and you look at someone that's been canceled. Let's say now what's his name, Fuentes, right? He got canceled. What do you think about him?
I think he's
He's not on the
horrible. I think
right.
he's a horrible person.
Well, come on, he's voting for a Democrat now.
I don't care. He doesn't get any points.
But he's one of yours now, right?
Absolutely not. He's a white supremacist. I'm good.
Yeah, he's a Democrat
No, he's going to vote Democrat to make Republicans pay for what they did.
because he's a dishonest person. Okay,
He's one
that's
of
what he
y'all's,
is.
dude. He's a chameleon, and he'll do whatever it takes to get outrage and farm outrage from people. And that is solely on the right, where people can say these things and gain a following. And the second they say Democrat, you guys are like, oh, okay, that's too far. I think it's wild.
I mean, just like you, he would have no. It's a purpose of making money. Like you would have no following if you were pro Trump, right?
I'm
There
sure I
is a
would.
lot of money in being. There's a lot of money in being hateful, a liar, misquoting words. There's a lot of money in it. I mean, you look at it
It's
just
not
time and time again. You
hard.
guys are getting.
It's not hard to just quote the president and say, well, that was a lie. Here's some misinformation. We can Google this really quick and I have to hold your fucking hands through it and show you, and you still won't believe it.
What do you mean? I just showed you exactly the difference between I and you, right? And so I started with saying that your credibility. I mean, we laugh at you, right? And and obviously, it's become a contest of who can become the better manipulator, the better liar. You know, looking at every little thing. Look at his hand. There's a purple thing on his hand. Let's talk about that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but hey, I will say this. You are, I've been on your show before. You are quite cordial. I would say it's just really sad to see. I know you do this for money and, you know, and it's just really sad to see, but I hope that, you know, I hope that the country can come, unite under the truth. We're never going to unite under killing babies and pushing trans you know, we don't want 30% of our sidewalks filled with, we don't know the difference if it's a man or a woman. We just don't want it. I mean, if
I
you're
don't
fucking
want
half
I
normal,
don't want 30% of
if
my
you're fucking
sidewalks
half,
trying to figure out if the earth is flat or not, and that's y'all.
what?
Yeah, 2% of your party is flat earthers, dude. Did you know that?
Are you saying that that's like an own 2%? What are you talking
That's
about?
millions of people. There's 1% trans people, right?
Your entire party believes that there's evidence against Trump in the Epstein files
I think
that
the fact he's only
talked him
released
out of where.
half of them is pretty damning, and you're fucking doing some serious bootlicking defending that.
How? Why would I need to defend that? Your party had 4 years under Biden to do all
They
the
were
damage they
sealed
could
under
do.
Ghislaine
They put.
Maxwell appeals.
Oh, so see. This is called mental gymnastics. Let me understand this better. So no leaks, no nothing, not a piece of evidence, and no trajectory. And so Biden had to say, "Oh, we got to follow the rules here,
The
right? We got to
second
follow the
something gets
rules of what."
leaked, they lose prosecutorial power. So no.
Are you telling me that if they had serious proof against the President Trump, that those who know about it wouldn't be held accountable?
I literally think that Trump will pardon everybody on his way out that would be leaked to the Epstein files
Oh,
to protect
including the
himself.
Biden administration then. So including the Biden administration, right? So they
So
let
you would
this
have to
guy
prove that.
become
I
president.
think that Trump is not prosecuting anybody. He's shut down all investigations. He's shut down anyone from doing
Let me just answer.
investigations.
Okay, let me ask you then. Forget about Trump. Let's just talk about the Biden administration throughout the 4 years, all these allegations that they had. Do you believe that they decided not to release them, that they're keeping it under seal, and they allowed the
They
president,
were under
allowed
state
Trump to
judge
become?
seals. Yes, that were not in the hands of the FBI. Thanks to Alex Acosta, by the way, who was Trump's labor secretary.
So let me just get this straight so we can check back with you in 2 years. Do you believe that stuff in the Epstein files that's going to Trump of essay?
Yes. Yes, easily. The way
Okay,
he sexualizes
so
his daughter and the way he brags about walking into changing rooms, the way he talks about dating 10-year-olds in 10 years, the way that he has said some very weird things about his daughter on talk shows, I think it points to him being a very deviant person. And I don't
he
think
said
that
that he would
him
date his
protecting
daughter.
all of his
He
pedo
said that he would.
friends does any good for you.
I think that honestly, God, I mean, look, I guess we should just find out the numbers, dude. But you know, people like Weiner and all these people on the left, all these weirdos, right? Then you got the Mangionis, right? And those
He's
followers, the people that
conservative.
are, you know, yeah, and that in total denial, total liars. What about the guys that set the warehouse on fire?
He
That's
was
a
probably a Mangione
Mangione.
follower, sure.
Yeah. Well, they're all on the left. They're all anti,
Have you heard of the
you
French
know, anti.
Revolution?
Oh, so you are one of those people that are you a fan of Mangione?
Um, I'm not a fan of the violence, but I understand the
Well,
dynamic that
that's all you
creates.
know about him. That's all you know about him. So,
Listen to the whole thing. In the French Revolution, I believe it was like the top 10% owned, or the top 20% owned 60% of the wealth, and that is where the let them eat cake thing came from. That's when they started like, tossing tables and burning things down. We are far past that. America is far past 20% owning 60%. It's like 5% own 60% of the wealth, or 80%. It's so far past that, and you guys are the bootlickers behind it.
I know that bootlicker is like one of your favorite things. I mean, you guys are fucking. You jab yourselves up and wear masks. You can't be more of a bootlicker than that. So I mean, it doesn't offend me when you
Patreon
say
Front wears
bootlicker.
masks.
I
The Proud
also,
Boys
I
wear
also think,
masks.
I
Ice
I
wears
also think
masks.
I find it funny because I grew up kind of in the street and stuff like that. I look at a person like you, and it comes out of your mouth. If you didn't have police, do you know how bad you would be savaged? You'd be forced to work out. You couldn't sit in here. You'd have to make sure you work out every day. I mean, you're a little guy. Without
I'm a
police,
little
what would
guy.
you do to defend yourself? Yeah,
You sweet spirit. I'm
you're a
six
little
four.
guy, and okay, you're a little guy. You're skinny.
Okay.
You weigh 160.
210.
You're
6'4".
210. Stand up. You do not weigh 210. We can't see
Oh
you.
yeah.
Back up. Back up. You do look bigger than your face. So 210. But I think the point is, even if you're a badass, you still need police, right? You
For
still
what?
need police.
For
So
what?
you say bootlicker,
The other day I
so I
saw
don't
a
come
hit
in
and
and
run.
take everything
The
off of
other day I
you.
saw a hit and run. I called the police and they said file an online report. What do we need police for?
Okay.
The other
Wow, you are
a
that
few years ago, I had
stupid.
my car stolen. My truck stolen. It was 3500 HD, um, gone. They made an appointment 4 days later.
What city do you live in?
Dallas.
Dallas? Okay.
Yeah.
I would say this. Everybody needs police. If we didn't have police,
hmm
people would do what they want, right?
Uh, I think that we could use people who are. I think we can do away with just about the entire, like, paradigm we have with police right now, and we could just overhaul it entirely. I think that we need less high school dropouts, who've been bullied their whole lives and want like a chance at power and authority. I think that we have an excess rate of over policing of certain communities and minorities. And I think that this has been proven to be something that has perpetuated like the racist system we have in place. And I think that you guys being arbitrarily just for all policing and the brutality that takes place with policing and the problematic things like 40% of them being DVs, self-reported domestic violence perpetuators. It just says a lot about it. And the fact that you guys will hear nothing when we talk about reform just kind of solidifies my point.
So
They don't prevent
basically, go
crime.
soft.
They don't.
Softer on criminals is essentially what you're saying.
So
Go
you want to go
softer on
back to
criminals.
94 crime bill? You want to do hard, tough on crime?
That was the Joe Biden. Um,
So you don't like that, or
ar-
do you?
what was Joe Biden the architect of the 1994 crime
He
bill?
was a part writer of it. He wrote the like women's stuff, the women's protections in it.
Hmm. So that would be your party, Bill Clinton
But you
era,
guys,
right?
who's tough on crime today? Is it y'all?
So you created these horrible things that you want to reference, right? These horrible,
You want to keep doing
like
them.
you're talking about the 40-year sentences for the crack and stuff like that, right?
You guys want to keep doing that, right?
You're bringing up policies that your party created, right? And you have a real problem with
And
those.
we
But when
learned
I
from
just keep it
those,
basic,
and y'all want to go back to it.
so you're cutting me off. So basically, what you're saying is when I present you with like, what would life be without police? You said, well, do you want the 1994 crime bill? Is that what you want? No, I don't. That's what your party did. If anything, you
It
guys
was
fucked it up.
bipartisan, by the way. Like, you want to skirt all of the bad ideas to us, but then you want to keep doing them. I don't get it. Like, who's tough on crime today? I live in Texas. Y'all just outlawed the green stuff again. You guys are going to start arresting people for the green stuff. That's y'all. You guys are obsessed with crime and punishment. You guys are obsessed with jailing people. We already have 25% of this entire
Then
world. The
why did
entire
Trump?
world's incarcerated population, we have 25% of it here. We are the least free country on earth.
Okay, back to what you were saying. Wasn't it Trump that changed the marijuana laws just
From
recently?
Schedule 1 to 3.
Okay, so it was y'all. So why didn't Biden do that under his administration? I
I don't
mean,
know,
this is
but
just
it's
Darvo after
mostly blue.
Darvo after Darvo.
Mostly blue
You know,
states have made it legal, right? And it's mostly red states that haven't, right?
I just asked you a simple question. Why wasn't it? What did Biden do to change that then? Why didn't
He
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 write that
actually
executive
reversed
order?
people's sentences who were federally charged with that crime. So he did plenty.
Can you name that one, please?
Yeah.
You talking about for marijuana laws? I mean, you
Uh-huh.
have to be specific here. Marijuana
Biden
laws.
pardoned all marijuana federal charges. Has issued executive proclamations that pardoned or initiated the process of pardon thousands of individuals with federal convictions for simple possession or attempted simple possession or use of the M drug. It was an EO.
Go ahead. You just said a bunch of notes. What?
It was an executive order. Do you want the EO number?
What does the executive order say? All what?
The
What
green drug
marijuana?
possession, minor possession. People who trafficked it still have sentences, but people who were just in possession of it got pardoned.
Okay. Okay, great. So it sounds like both parties are, pro marijuana, right? So why
No,
do you say the Republicans are fighting that
vehemently.
so bad?
Okay, it's literally all red states that haven't made it legal.
Okay.
Bought and paid for by
Well,
big pharma or big alcohol. That's
it
y'all.
could be a good thing as well, right? And I think it's fair to have state by state laws. Like if let's say you had an opinion on marijuana and you said, I don't want my kids to smoke marijuana. I think just if you look at it, especially all the studies that are coming out
You're
now. I
just
mean, I've smoked.
making my case for me
What's that?
that you guys are still anti-green stuff and for the war on drugs.
I don't think I do, you could take. I think it's a not a bipartisan issue so much with the Republican Party. I think probably half the Republican Party is pro marijuana. Honestly, I think you could agree.
I think the ones who aren't bought and paid for, yeah.
But I
There's
think that
not an
there's
actual case that you can make
I
that
think
would
there's I
make
think
it
there's a
make
reason.
sense.
I think there's a reasonable. Um,
What would be a reason that we would be against it?
no, I think there's a reasonable position that people don't want like marijuana. Like I smoke marijuana, so I understand the negative parts of it, right? There's positives and negatives. If you're a parent, I think it's fair to say, you know what, I want my state not to make it legal. I want to keep it illegal. You could do that way. If you could make that decision and do it for alcohol, you could do that, for alcohol as well. You could make a case for that as well.
I think
It
it's
doesn't make you
drastically different.
anti-American.
Alcohol does irreversible brain damage and bodily harm to you, and the M drug does not. It's not habit forming. It's shown to help people with epilepsy and seizures and autism and pain without using opioids. I think that is a great substitute for alcohol. I think that when we see it pulled out of the hands of people like in Texas, more people are going to go back to drinking and driving and to beating their children while they're drunk. All of these bad things that don't happen under weed.
Well, I think that there's, it sounds like you have an all positive that's fair. Oh,
We're losing you again.
can you hear me?
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. There's studies that support that it does uh, psychosis. And if you look at it in general, the average, customer, we're spending $20, $30 a day is significant. The economy. I think that when you look at states like California, a horrible job at closing out the black market and promoting the legal market by pricing it too high, by taxing regulation and the greed that's involved in it. That's why you're seeing a lot of black market. In fact, you know, first year out in California, they did like 1.2 billion in tax revenue from the marijuana market. They're looking at about a half a billion now. So that number was supposed to increase. Now you're seeing it at 50%. Um, there's a lot of arguments to say that it's not being even regulated properly or taxed properly, or um, so it's one of those weird things. I think that's a big issue. I think California to throw away $500 million is stupid somehow, and that's just Democrats when they're in control.
That's
Probably
not
too busy with their
that's not the
TDS.
actual numbers. It's 1.2 billion last year. Well, never mind. It's 3.5 million in tax revenue. In April 2026 alone, that's still not up. Yeah, I think that I think you just have a real hard case to make because while alcohol is still legal and far more
Did you
detrimental,
just try to shoot down? Hold on. Did you just try to shoot down those numbers I just threw at you? Why don't you go study that a little
they're
bit
wrong.
longer?
Yeah, you
Those
said
numbers
they're
are
wrong.
accurate. Are you going to tell me that just try to say that it's not on a downward? The tax revenue has not gone, I don't know, significantly 30 to 50% less from 2023 to 2025.
I think
I
it's
haven't
just
looked at it this year, but this was
it's just the fact that people are it's not new and shiny anymore. They've regulated it. People have stopped consuming it to just over the top now that it's normal. I think there's like a social aspect to it that people will start to normalize it instead of
sometimes you
forbidden
should
fruit.
concede. Sometimes instead of manipulating, you should just concede to certain facts. I don't think that that's a good excuse.
You think
I
it's like a
think that if
failure
we're
on
going to make
California's part for the fact that the tax revenue has gone down.
yeah, it's a big failure. Do you
What
agree?
should they do instead?
Well, I could give you a number of things they could do. Incentive programs to legalize illegal operations, amnesty type of things, like where making it easier for the average citizen to become an owner or an operator. Um, it's very capitalistic, obviously. And then, of course, like I mentioned, reducing the taxes. The taxes were 30%. They finally, this year, they realized that that's what hurt them. So they reduced it to, I believe, max tax like 12.9, might be 13 something.
I think it's 15.
So, they went from 30%, okay, max 15, right? But they were at 30% tax in some areas in California. So they realized that was the problem. I mentioned that earlier. So setting a 30% tax was a huge mistake. Not having these programs enough, I think that's the
I think
problem.
it's like miles ahead of what conservatives are doing. I think that California is a nice like guinea pig for the rest of the country. I think that it's like before you guys can start auditing how we collect taxes as Democrats and pay for all of the red states to exist, you guys can work on your own states. You can try to figure out how to balance one of your state's budgets for the first time in U.S. history. That'd be tight.
Really?
Yeah,
So places like Chicago, where they have a deficit of like $1 billion or
that's a healthy deficit.
it,
Their revenues
uh,
trillions, isn't it?
it's a what?
Their revenues like in the multi
Oh,
billions or
whatever.
trillions. It's a
I'm
healthy
saying in
deficit.
general.
uh, Chicago
Are
and
you
Illinois,
denying?
they
Are you
they
denying?
they contribute more tax dollars than they take.
Wow, what
So
a pivot!
no, I think when you
What
when
a
you talk
pivot!
about a deficit and states being insolvent, there are states that literally rely on the federal aid, and the states that have a deficit because the debt being some sort of healthy proportionate amount helps you build your credit and it helps it makes sure that the money is in the hands of the people. You never want a government that's run like Saddam Hussein where they're just taking all of the money and building massing wealth. So that's why it's healthy to have some sort of deficit. But when we talk about schools and medical programs that are extremely reliant on federal revenue, That's literally like every red state besides Florida because you guys haven't figured out the economy. You just know how to play with blocks.
I disagree. I think that our major cities and ports are where all the money's made, and that would explain a lot of it.
Still,
But yeah,
where
I
you
mean,
guys receive more and
you have
need
any?
more
You
to
have
run your states than you guys
you want to
produce.
give some? Why don't you give us some specific examples? I'm sure you have them at the top of your head. What states are depending on other states or on federal?
Georgia, for every dollar Georgia sends out, they receive like $1.20 or $1.40. They are in an extreme deficit. If
Isn't
Democrats
Georgia a
stop
swing
paying,
state?
I mean, they voted against Trump once, but they're mostly red. They're considered the Deep South.
Okay, so it's not a toss up. You weren't expecting to win Georgia.
Mississippi,
Okay,
Missouri. How
yeah,
about Missouri? Missouri is
Missouri.
like the biggest failure. Perfect prime example of if we let red states do what they wanted and just cut taxes constantly because that's all they ever run on. They never vote on, hey, this is going to balance the budget. No, they just want to make sure that you guys vote to not have to pay more taxes and rely more on the federal government every year.
No, that doesn't. That's an
Can you tell me about
oxymoron.
a Can you tell me about a
You don't.
Republican candidate that is running on raising taxes? I would love to hear about that.
And when you bring up Missouri as an example, I mean, what a bumfuck state you bring up. You know, who cares? Kind of like, of course, they're not. There's no money being made. It's not a port. Doesn't
Nobody
have
wants to go
tourists.
there because it's a red state shithole.
No, it's because large cities have attractions and money that's been built, and cities that have been built up. And Missouri doesn't have those. I mean, what is it, St.
Because they
Louis or
don't
something?
finance, they don't invest in their own state. Yeah, they've been constantly told that we need small government and nobody should have health care programs and
I think
it's
it
red
has.
state
No,
subsidies.
I really think that it's a geographical issue, but it's kind of like picking on the weak link, but I mean that's
Here's a
fine.
map.
I mean that's a swing.
Here's a whole map of how
You know,
you
you
guys
brought up the swing
perform.
state.
All of these red states mostly are Republican. They have to rely on Daddy Newsom to pay their bills. 20% of this country's excess revenue that pays for the states come from California, and the other 20 comes from New
Well,
York.
it's pretty.
And you
You know what?
guys have to constantly beg and still figure out how to run on cutting taxes. It's magic. I don't know how you do it,
So you
but you
don't.
convince
So
every
you don't
year that
think.
you need to pay less taxes.
So you don't think geographically that California is placed, with all of its ports and its tourism and its highlights, its mountains, its beaches. You don't think that has anything to do with it? You're
It
comparing it to
does,
Missouri in the
but
middle of nowhere.
who also has higher
Yeah,
taxes? Can you just think of it? Is it California?
yeah. California has higher taxes. Yeah.
Hmm.
What does that prove? What does that prove? That
It
proves
shows
nothing. You
that
say that
we're
with smoke
interested
on
in
your face.
balancing the budget. That Republicans can't run on balancing a budget. They will never, ever be able to win an election saying, hey, we're going to
I
raise your
keep
taxes.
asking, what are you talking about? California's in debt, dude. What are you talking about?
They're this much in debt. They have a $3.7 trillion GDP and they're like 80
And we
billion in
had
debt.
and we had a surplus until Gavin Newsom, the idiot, came along and wasted 18 billion on a fucking railroad that went to nowhere. Right?
You guys
He
can point at like
walked
a
away.
railroad that costs like $500 million.
And,
It's like
and what
literally
you
a
guys
drop
do,
in the
and it's
bucket.
interesting. You guys do. If I were to ever question you, what do you do for the economy? What do you do for the economy except tax it? You couldn't explain it. What do you do? What do
What
you
do
guys do
I
for the
specifically
economy?
do or Democrats? Because
What
Democrats
is your
do things.
what a Democrat?
Oof.
I
You
got a
got,
I got a restriction.
yeah, you got kicked off. Um, so Democrats aren't pigeonholed into one type of policy. Republicans are.
Coming on.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? What do you like about Trump?
What is there not to like about Trump? I mean, there's pretty much everything. I mean, I found yet one thing that I can not like about Trump.
You know that one of the qualifiers of being in a cult is the inability to criticize the leader?
Sure, absolutely.
You have nothing?
Absolutely. No, nothing. I want to ask you a question real quick before you dive into that. Yes, no.
You have a question? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Would you ever cite Jerry Springer as a source?
Probably not.
How about Howard Stern?
Yes.
You would cite Howard Stern, and why is that?
So I would just cite his show, and if the person on that show was talking about the crimes they partake in, then I would use it as a character witness.
So, what is Howard Stern known for exactly? Do you think that he is like a reputed informational source for analytical data, political?
He's probably known for the same thing Trump is, like being a game show host or like a personality.
Would you agree with me that he's an entertainer first and foremost?
Sure, but
Would you
does that mean that
compare Howard
everything?
Stern to Jerry Springer?
I think Jerry Springer's actually staged. Howard Stern's not.
Actually, if you looked at the Jerry Springer files, you would see that they're actually not staged. Contrary to popular belief, the majority of them are actually individuals that pertain to what they are being exemplified for on the stage. It's actually
Literally
quite
staged, man. Let me look this up.
yeah. Look it up. You'd be shocked. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, I was dumbfounded by it myself. They did not pay individuals to actually act out things. It's quite crazy.
They heavily coached guests on what to say, rehearsed provocative lines with them, and provided drink tickets to lower inhibitions before they went on stage. It's
Now Google
staged.
did Howard Stern prep guests prior to hosting them?
Stern's employs a team of dedicated researchers and segment producers such as Will Murray, who pre-interview every guest. They compile extensive notes on the guests' careers, accomplishments, and personal history. They just research people. I don't see anything about coaching.
So they didn't prep them whatsoever for the segment in which they were
I'm
going to
not
have them
seeing
on.
anything. Do you have anything?
No, I'm just saying. So you're willing to state your reputation on the fact that you're willing to cite Howard Stern.
I'm citing Trump.
You're citing Trump. So when somebody goes on Howard Stern, like the plethora of individuals that had before him, that just sit there and talk about how they go into, I don't know, let's say backstage areas. Did Trump ever say he went into a dressing room?
Actually, yes.
Well, in regards to the reference in which you had with the last caller, he did not mention going into the dressing room. He mentioned going backstage.
You see these beautiful girls, and most of them are undressed. That's a little worse.
What is that? Does that say that that's the backstage, or does that say he's going into the dressing room?
What's backstage?
What year is it?
If something is backstage and not a dressing room, what is it?
When you're the owner of a strip club and you knock on the door and say, "Hey, is everybody well dressed before I come in?" What does that make you?
Still, you're probably exercising some sort of
Are
power
you?
dynamic. Yeah, it's not okay. In strip clubs, they have these women. They're called the moms, and it's exclusively women who oversee the back rooms.
So like madams.
Yeah.
Okay. So but you're still standing by the fact that you're gonna cite Howard Stern.
I'm citing Trump.
You're citing Howard Stern because he was on Howard Stern. You're not citing Trump. You're
If I
talking about
ever went on
entertainment
Howard
talk
Stern,
shows.
I would not say these things. I wouldn't even have these things to say. Trump had he was just oozing them.
What is the atmosphere of Howard Stern? Would you say it's laid back?
Pretty misogynistic.
Yeah, exactly. Misogynistic,
Yeah,
laid
so
back.
it gets you to
adultish.
come out with these things that you usually probably wouldn't. You feel
Do you think
comfortable
there'd be-
saying
do you-
these things? Sure.
Do you think there's any puff pieces?
Maybe.
So
But
you said Jerry.
I think this is a huge stress. We can just see the way that Trump treats women and even his own daughter, even on things that are like
Own daughter.
family talk show hosts. I forgot which
How
show
does
it was.
How does Biden's daughter treat him?
We can
comparable
go to
to
that. We can
Ivanka?
talk about this, and I will show you some
let's
evidence about that too. But let's talk about when Trump said, when Trump was asked, "What do you have in common with your daughter? What are the two big things you have in common with your daughter?" And he said, "Sex." And this was on a woman's talk show. And
Has
she
there
said
ever-
golf and real estate. The daughter said golf and real estate. He said sex? The fuck?
And so, what was the prelude to that? So, like before it's taken out of context, what were they talking about prior to that? Do you know?
Tell me, what was it? Was there context I need to know about?
I asked you. You took it out of context. So, what was the lead up to that.
I think he was just
statement.
introducing his daughter and saying, "Here's your daughter. This is Trump and his
Oh, so
daughter.
he
They're
just-
so close."
You're gonna say that he just led up to his daughter saying
It was Wendy
SCX.
Williams show. Yeah. Do you think they were talking about sex on the Wendy Williams show?
So, no, but you're saying he introduced his daughter as SCX prior to having any type of. You're saying
I
there
would
was no.
love to know if there was some good context to add to that would take away from how creepy that is, but I've never heard it. Do you know
What
it?
year? What year? Wait, hold on. What year was that? I need to look this up.
I'll just look it up for you.
No, what year was it? Just tell me real quick, please, so I can look it up with you. Can you tell me the year, please, so I can look it up with you?
I'm just gonna pull it up for you.
You can't tell me the year.
No, why? 5 years ago? No, this was.
Trump looks much younger.
Before I
than
get, not too much of. First of all, I like her very much. I think she's a really nice woman. I thought it was a little unusual to have politics mixed with the movies, and it's been done before, I guess, a little bit. But it was a little bit unusual to see that.
Yeah.
But I do like her. I think she's terrific.
We want to know a little bit more about you guys. So we play this game here. It's called Fave 5. I'll ask the question. Ivanka, you answer first, and then Dad, you answer also.
This is tough.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
What the fuck does that even mean? This was like the
What's-
beginning of
what
a
did
whole
he
new
s-
conversation. There's just not
What
even
did he
context
say?
to
What did
add.
he say after that? What did he say after that? Play after that.
You can go and find your own. I'm not going to sit here and try
No,
to
go
find
ahead. No,
Not too
evidence
much
for
of
you.
her. First of all, I like her very much. I think
You played a
you-
clip.
you-
Where's
you
the
get-
rest?
That was the end of that clip, so you can go find your own clip.
Okay, what year is that?
I'll just Google it for you, I guess. 2013,
Okay, what year are we in?
2026,
How many years has that been since then?
13.
You can't provide me with the words that were stated after that? You just cut it off right there?
Dude, if you have like a nice rebuttal, then you're welcome to tell me, but I don't have anything for you. I'm not going to give you ammunition to debate me. I'm sorry.
I'm not giving you ammunition. You've already laid it out for all of us to see. So you played me a 13-year-old clip to cut off right there, but you won't provide the remainder.
Okay,
And
I'm
you're
sure
off-
there were a few other questions that had nothing to do with that, where he may have just said completely irrelevant things, but it was just a questionnaire. So I'm assuming the next question is, okay, what is it like with your mother or something? Like,
Do you
what
think
does it
Trump
matter?
stopped? Do you think Trump stopped speaking and left it right there at that?
Can you tell me something that you could have said that would have made that all
No,
okay?
I'm asking you. I'm going to ask you one. I'm going to ask you one.
I'm
last
going to give
question.
you creative freedom. Just tell me exactly what you would say to make
No.
that all
Did
okay.
Trump stop speaking right there
No.
when you cut it off?
No.
Thank you. What year is it?
It's 2026. Does that make it okay?
What? No, it's not about whether it makes it
is
okay.
sexual
It's-
abuse
the
towards your
question-
child
No,
okay
of course
13
not.
years ago?
Of course not. Of course not. And do you think that is what Trump was implying there?
Yes.
Then play the
He
remainder of the clip.
There are
Play
people
the
that have come
remainder
out
of the
of the
clip.
woodworks
Play it.
who have said that
Play it.
Trump constantly
Play the remainder of
sexualizes
the
his
clip.
daughter. Even
Play the
Howard
remainder of the
Stern
clip.
says your daughter is a fine piece of ass, and he goes,
Play it.
yeah.
Play it. Play the remainder of the clip.
Oh my God.
Play it. You don't even realize what you are because you've been fucking hedging yourself off of Harry and Dean and Isaiah and Parker. Play the rest.
Okay.
Time to wakey, motherfucker.
I got a feeling it just goes to a totally unrelated question. It doesn't do
No, it
anything
doesn't.
else.
You think it leaves off there? Are you serious? Play
I'm
the
sure it
rest
just
of
goes to the
Okay.
next. It
Nah.
just goes to the next question.
Go on. Let's do it.
There you go.
$1 million
Let's go.
because I don't like
Pop
the
it up.
or I guess a little.
Yes, the bangs soften her look. They make her look softer.
Well, she looked great both ways.
Yeah, she's a good-looking woman. All right, so is it true that are you suing President Obama
This
for
isn't
over
where we left
$300 million?
Oh, that's a
You wanted the
terrible
whole thing, right?
I know, but people are talking.
Skip to the
so
part
here's the
where he
story.
answered
So
that.
some whack job put out that I was suing President. I'm not. He's doing an I have a lot of property in New Jersey. He's doing an excellent job. He will.
Doing well. So cute, your outfit.
I always love your audience. They have the best energy.
They're the best. So is this all Ivanka Trump stuff?
This is almost all Ivanka Trump.
What are you wearing that's yours?
Earrings, shoes, my handbag backstage, not the clothing.
You know, you're like the new Jessica Simpson or something. You know, it's like quality stuff that's affordable. Do you know? Yeah. And it's not even like you have to do this stuff. You could work for your father and not hustle so hard.
Oh, he keeps me plenty busy. That's
She's
for
doing
sure.
so well. It's amazing.
I really respect that. Okay, so now this is my first time having both of you on the couch together. Is it hard working with your father?
I think that the Celebrity Apprentice actually shows how he is as a boss, in that he sets very high expectations for other people, expectations he mirrors in and of what he expects of himself, and is genuinely disappointed when people don't exceed those. So I think
That's it. And even if she didn't, I'd still love her to say.
You can't
But
help
she's a great little girl.
So let's talk Celebrity Apprentice. I think it's so smart that you have Omarosa
as judges, and that created a very interesting dynamic because they were often
answer first, and then Dad, you answer also.
This is tough.
Okay, Ivanka, what's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Oh, that was Hulk Hogan creepy.
So, no, I know. So I'll just go into a very simple and boring answer. How about real estate, right?
Real estate. You can use the same answers. Okay, question 2.
He doesn't say golf because he doesn't want to think that his game's associated with mine. I'm not so good out there, but...
What's your favorite indulgence that you have in common?
Oh, in common. I think probably food related.
Yeah.
Or movies. I think we both really enjoy going
Or work.
to...
We both like working. She's a worker, this one.
Yeah.
Not a traditional indulgence, but maybe for both of us.
Individually now,
are you gonna tell me the significance?
What is your favorite rumor that you've heard about you, Ivanka?
I haven't had too many super salacious ones, but I think early on when I started, first...
All right, where's the gotcha? I'm missing it.
Okay, so when he said sex, I mean, what do you think he's referring to there?
I really don't. I think he was referring to his adornment of his daughter that might surpass the maternal or the paternal archetype. I think that he actually does have sexual fantasies about his daughter. I 100% believe that. I think there's plenty of people that have come out and said this as well, even without this. The people who've been around Trump a lot have come out and said this.
Do you have a daughter?
No.
On The Apprentice and
You don't. We don't need this clip anymore. I'll tell you right now, as a father, I mean, for him to say, and what was the question again that Wendy posed? What was the question?
What would you say you have most in common with your father?
Right. So for him to say sex. Yeah. I mean, but for me as a father, I'm not going to ever say that's not even possible in the realm of reality for it to be constituted as what you believe it is. I mean, that is insanity.
Okay. Do you think that there's people out there that grape their daughters?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, there you go. It is a possibility.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, the next question that followed up by Wendy was, what did you both have in common? And he said real estate. So, you know, I mean...
He definitely walked it back after she told him it was creepy as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I just, if you guys are reaching here when it comes to this, do what I have ever sat on the stage and said sex? I mean, unless my daughter was extremely promiscuous, she was a stripper or something of that nature at a very...
I still wouldn't say that. Are you fucking shitting me?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, I just don't see it coming from a father's perspective. I mean, it's unbelievable. For anybody to believe that is just absurd.
Well, I mean, Trump is a deviant person. He's
not
a disgusting, deviant person.
He's not disgustingly deviant.
Yes, he is.
In what way?
He's best friends with Epstein's dude for 10 years.
He's not best friends with Epstein?
For 10 years, yeah, he was. He even said it himself.
Do you even know the history of Epstein? Do you have any idea of how he got to be in the position in which he was in?
In what relevancy? Like,
what was his first occupation and who hired him?
I honestly don't know. I know he's just
the originator of the CIA hired him to be a professor at what school?
I don't know. Tell me.
You can Google it. It's in New York.
And what's the relevance?
Hold on. So he got hired in as a professor in New York, right, with no collegiate background in the academics in which he was teaching. He then perpetuated himself. He was attending the likes of Harvard University and attending seminars in regards to anti-gravity theory, right? A member of not just Mossad, but also the CIA. And then Donald Trump, of course, befriended him amongst inner circles of the top individuals in our society. And Donald Trump also excluded him and kicked him out from Mar-a-Lago after what point in time?
After he stole one of his workers. That's what Trump
After he
says.
and then Donald Trump worked with the Federal Bureau of Investigation in what regard in regards to Epstein?
You're going to stretch here. I think you're stretching here. So he claims that he reported to some sort of county sheriff in Florida that Epstein did all this and that. But when asked about this circa like 2016, he said he had no idea what Epstein was doing.
Is there a single flight log that ever shows Donald Trump going to Epstein Island?
No, I don't think that says anything. So Epstein carried his clients everywhere.
And whose Department of Justice investigated Epstein?
Technically, are you going to say, is it Chris Wray? That was Trump's initial pick for FBI, but it was before that in 2008, right? That was Obama.
And around what time did Donald Trump make the reports where he began allegedly working with the Federal Bureau of Investigation again?
You tell me, you're fishing for answers when you could just tell me.
Prior. I'm not fishing for answers. I'm just letting you know. I mean, we've already...
What he alleges, right? Based off information he released to us recently?
So you're telling me that it was Donald Trump's Department of Justice that had the investigation carried over and then arrested Epstein. I mean, we can agree on that, correct?
Wasn't it Obama?
Who arrested Epstein? Whose Department of Justice?
For 08?
Who arrested Epstein in relation to the pertinent charges?
08 is pertinent as well, but the person who reduced his charges from 67 federal charges to like 3 state charges, his name was Alex Acosta. Trump hired him to Secretary of Labor.
How much did Epstein win in the lottery the day before he went to serve his prison sentence in 2008? Do you know?
I don't know why.
How many times did Epstein win the state lottery? Do you know?
I'm gonna guess a few.
Twice. Do you know how much it was the day before he turned himself in?
How much?
It was over 80 million.
Wow. And what's the relevance?
It's just coincidental. But I'm going to say this. Whose Department of Justice arrested Epstein in regards to the most recent situation?
So I think this is very convenient for Trump. I think it's very convenient for Trump that Epstein also died in Trump's care. Trump also was able to filter out what's released to the public now, and it's very damning that he's only released half, right? And I think that all roads lead back to Trump and his friends. If they were to make one arrest, which they haven't, and they said they will not ever let them do that, because all roads lead back to Trump and his friends.
How many times was Donald Trump impeached his first term?
Twice.
How many times did he have a family member have their products removed from corporations such as Macy's?
I'm sorry, what?
Did Ivanka Trump have any products removed from the shelves in Macy's?
I don't know what's the relevance.
How many felony charges was Donald Trump convicted of?
34.
How many different accusations has Donald Trump faced? How many assassinations? How many attempts in myriad of ways, criminal, civil, personal?
It just so happens that when you're a bad person and you are a criminal, that you get accused of criminal stuff.
So for 4 years, while the Biden administration sat on the Epstein files, what happened? Did anything get leaked?
No.
Why do you think that is?
Because he didn't politicize them.
And you believe that?
Yes.
I think you need to take your pickles out the jar right now and sit back and assess the situation.
So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why Trump doesn't want to release these files. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out why he's not releasing them to England so they can put bad people away.
Who's the only administration to release anything in pertinence to the Epstein files?
You don't get points for that.
Okay. Do you know what a honeypot is?
Yeah.
Thank you. You're going to sit back here and you're going to play clips from 2013. You're going to talk about an administration that was both under
Trump's 80 years old, dude. He is the way he is. He's not changing. 13 years ago does not make a difference between who he is now. I think that he is a disgusting, controversial figure that you guys knowingly rose straight to presidency. And he is now having his way with the federal government. He's bankrupted the world, and he has enriched himself. He's building golden statues and arcs and bridges and airports named after himself. He is disgusting, narcissistic figure, just like Hitler. And
Has Obama had statues built upon him in his image?
after or during presidency.
Either way.
So after presidency is one thing. Did he commission them? I don't think so. Did
So
he
the
have his
answer
own
is yes.
his statues commissioned?
The answer is yes. Obama's had statues built in his image, correct?
But at his instruction.
I mean, my question was, has there been Obama statues built in his image?
No, that's different. When you put a statue of yourself in gold as sitting president and have your name on your own money as sitting president, that is unprecedented. It is signs of malignant narcissism, and that is 100% fact. He is a malignant narcissist.
So it's safe to say that Donald Trump will never change. He will remain the same no matter what, right?
Sure.
So is it safe to say the Democrat Party's policy is to say Trump bad, Trump no good?
I think that you have criticism blindness, and you've been trained to think this way, and that there's nothing now that Trump can do that will cross the line for you because you've been conditioned over the last 10 years to think so. And I think that even if he came out as somebody, and we had all of the hard evidence in the world that he raped children, you would still back him and say that they're just persecuting him because he's the guy who's fighting on your behalf and he's fighting the deep state. Well, he is the deep state. He is enriching the absolute shit out of himself, and to our detriment.
I think you're coping with the reality that America's moving forward, regardless of you having zero policies and an agenda that does not work for the majority of Americans.
Dog, Trump ran all three presidencies with no actual policy. Can you name me
all
one
three
policy?
presidencies? So you admit there was three presidencies?
He
then.
ran three candidacies.
Okay, thank you.
He ran three candidacies
It should
for
have been three
presidents with no law. Like, build a wall was his first, and that's it. And he was going to replace the ACA, didn't even do it. Had no interest in even proposing an idea to replace the ACA. He's literally just there to make money and golf and pay himself.
What was the need? What was the need for the rhetoric of build a wall again? What would somebody even need to run on such a thing for?
Xenophobia.
Do you forget the fake, hyped up imagery that we saw on CNN, Fox, BBC, elsewise, of the caravans that were parading across our country as the borderland security, ICE, Homeland Security?
I know what propaganda
it's all
looks
fake.
like.
It's all fake. We know
I know
that.
what propaganda looks like. The fact is, you guys, when Trump said these people are rapists and murderers, some might be good people, the literal rate of crime that year, 3 murders, 3 out of 11 million people present.
Okay. Do you think we're at a war right now?
Yes.
Why do you constitute it a war?
Trump's called it that.
How many service members have been lost since the Iran debacle? 15, since February 28th. How many service members were lost in Afghanistan during the withdrawal?
13, 11, 13?
13, correct. How many bombs have we dropped on Iran so far as America, just wholly?
I don't know, a couple thousand.
13,000. How many bombs did we drop across Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria during our pursuit of ISIS?
20 years?
2017? Nope, just 2017 under Trump.
I think he increased drone strikes by 450%.
60,000 bombs were dropped across Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan in our pursuit of ISIS in 2017.
Cool.
Just
this
quick
doesn't
question.
make you sound smart, but you're just doing this trivia style questionnaire. You're not arguing with anybody.
How many people have been essayed or unalived as a result of illegal immigration from illegal immigrants?
Unalived would be a couple hundred since 2017, and essayed it's roughly like 1,200 a year.
So do you feel like we're at war from an invasion?
No.
Why?
Because we have roughly 400 to 600,000 of those each year, and you guys only highlight ones that involve undocumented migrants for propaganda purposes.
But it is a 10 times factor margin for undocumented, illegal, non-citizens.
That's not true. It's actually at a 1/3 rate.
In comparison to the lives lost for our service members in Iran when it comes to the quote-unquote war. 15 service members lost in comparison to hundreds lost due to illegal, unlawful, non-citizens crossing this border.
That's not true. So we've lost 4,400 people in the last 20 years during the Middle East.
I'm talking about Iran specifically, 15 service members since February 20th.
Okay. That, in an optional war, we went there.
And you just said that there was undocumented illegal immigrants that have come across here, accosting and unaliving hundreds of Americans, and you don't constitute that as a war?
So Trump has himself yanked away medical care from millions of Americans, and I think we'll lose like 11,000 lives each year because of that. Do you constitute that as the same thing?
Name a single person that you know as of right now,
My
personally, in your
grandmother.
that is starving, that is hurting. Name a person.
So 1 out of 5 children have food insecurities, meaning they don't
Your
know.
grandmother. How is your grandmother hurting? Please do tell.
She's dead.
That is ridiculous. You just mentioned food stamps, healthcare, so forth, and that doesn't pertain to her then. So what are you talking about?
Medicare.
She's no longer here.
Yeah, she died because she wasn't receiving the help she needed.
That is
In every
ridiculous.
other first world country, that's not a thing.
How long ago did she pass away?
3 months ago.
And it's a result of Donald Trump's policies?
Yes.
Why didn't you help her?
Because I don't have the financial means to.
What do you do for an occupation?
You're looking at it.
How much do you make an hour?
I don't share that.
Is it $10 an hour?
No.
It's not?
No, it's more.
It's more. Okay. And so your income is based off of whom? What party?
MAGA.
Exactly. So you're against MAGA. Why?
Because they're fascist.
They're fascists. Why didn't you help your grandmother if you make more than $10 an hour and she passed away 3 months ago?
Because that doesn't exceed my bills.
Are you heartless?
I don't make enough money to even make a dent in what she needed.
Do you mean to tell me because you make more than $10 an hour, you couldn't have helped your elderly grandmother and she passed away because you wouldn't step up to help her because you're making money off of MAGA?
Yeah, because in
Put
this
your
day and
pickle,
age, $10 an hour doesn't
back in the jar.
put
Build the
put you
wall.
above poverty. $10 an hour
Listen,
does
bro.
not put you in a livable situation.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You ready?
Uh-huh.
I debate Harry. I debate Dean. I debate Parker. They know me very well. I'm just here for fun right now, and I'm fucking buzzing, buddy.
I don't think you're doing what you think you're doing.
You just self-admitted to 364 people, which I might add is, as you know, not very many, that you didn't help your elderly grandmother who is deceased while making money off of MAGA in excess of $10 an hour because of why?
In excess of $10 an hour, as if that's something you could pay your bills with?
You'd rather sit here and talk to people like me while your grandmother suffered and passed away?
Now, you guys have made that the social norm. You guys would rather see people do fundraisers to pay for their medical bills rather than do like a single payer system.
So you'd rather me not sit back and champion the fact that we want to go after fraud, waste, and abuse, and now you're going to go into Doge.
You guys did that
Go on.
as you guys
Let's go.
did that as a gimmick. That was a con.
It's not
You
a
guys-
gimmick.
Did you know that
How many
that
contracts would be cut off?
Doge cost us more money than it saved?
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't, because the contracts that have been severed moving forward. As far as your assertions that are saying that people are suffering, I'm sorry to tell you this. There are people that are on the system, contrary to popular belief, that do sell their food stamps that are able. I know many, and I'm sure you do. 50
That
cents
doesn't
on a
do
dollar.
anything to me. That doesn't do
50
anything bad
cents-
to the economy.
50 cents on a dollar sound familiar? Anybody in the chat?
That doesn't do anything. It doesn't do it. Like if you like, that's
You
like
know
hearing
what it
somebody
is,
stop.
and I
If
know what it
that's
is.
like hearing somebody going, "I would hate to plant 100 trees because I just know one's gonna die or one's gonna be made into a bow and arrow that will kill somebody." Like you guys are so enraged by the idea that there is fraud, waste, and abuse in every aspect of our lives, and you guys can't fathom lifting someone else out of poverty like you're trying to shame me for. You're shaming me for not helping my grandmother who was in poverty. Meanwhile, that is your whole political belief. You will not help your neighbors. Even if it meant $3 a month, $36 a year is what we pay on average to food stamps, and you guys still get fucking twisted over that. You guys would rather send billions of dollars to Elon Musk. Big shout out to Lindsay. Thank you so much for the $40 to kick. Bye, Felicia, is what Lindsay said. Love you, Lindsay. Thank you so much. Food stamps boost the economy and lift people out of poverty, and they just sit there in your ear. Your entire life, you've heard them blame poor people for their own situations. You've heard them say that, oh, they're going around buying cigarettes or selling food stamps, and you just can't fathom that 1 out of 100 people or 10 out of 100 people might do that. So you'd rather 90 other people starve so that those 10 people can't game the system. It's sad, dude. Chat, if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, hop in the box. I've been meaning to look this up all day, by the way. There's a Harvard study that shows that SNAP lifts people out of poverty and bolsters local economies. And I encourage all MAGA to read this and read how they've been propagandized their entire lives to think that it was bad. By the way, even if 100% of it included fraud, it's good for our economy. It's very good for our economy. You guys just can't stand the fact that some person might abuse it. But I would advise you to look at the economy of every single red state who relies on blue states to pay their bills because they're too pussy to tax their own constituents. Obviously, the folks in SNAP have never been truly hungry. Like that, I know you're joking. That's how they feel. They're like, there's no actual starving people because I've never met them. I was just on my scooter yesterday and I passed somebody who was easily malnourished, who did not have food. I pass these people every day, and you guys do too, but you just look at them in disgust. You look at them and you automatically think, oh, they're there because they want to be. That's the difference between you and I. That's right, baby. I got a scooter. Yeah, and what about all the rich people abusing the system, like Trump? If Trump, for instance, didn't build that giant golden statue or didn't funnel money to some of his friends for the $13 million to repaint the pool, how many people could that have fed? The phone line is about to be turned back on. Yellow, is this a Trump supporter?
My name is Andrew Dingus.
My mother, she had 3 children and she got on SNAP, and she was an entrepreneur. She had her own job. She cleaned houses. She did nails. She still used SNAP, and I'm very grateful that I got to eat a decent meal every night when I was in development, and my brain got to develop to, I guess, the point it's at now. I just feel like I feel so sorry that MAGA doesn't see the net benefits of helping the people around you. They just want to go and yell at everybody. Get a job. Stop eating avocado toast. While they drive gas guzzling fucking 8 mile an hour or 8 miles per gallon fucking F-350s. The crazy part is they use it the most. I still need to find like a good study that shows how red states, I mean, red states in general are welfare states. Like they are just completely barren of economic activity because of the way they think. Like imagine if America was like a Coca-Cola factory. MAGA would come in and they would get rid of the machine that made their own Coke bottles because it was $300,000. even though the ramifications would cost them millions. That's their way of thinking. That's what they did with Doge. That's what they do with government. That's what they do with social safety nets. They're fucking idiots. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
I'm just calling in to set. I'm not. I'm just saying. I heard you earlier saying that you didn't help your elderly grandmother. What is that about?
Yeah. Do you guys do any sort of are you cool with helping food stamps feed the poor?
I'm asking you a serious question. Why did you not help your grandmother?
I didn't have the financial means.
Did you have a job?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you not give your grandmother at least $100 then?
Because I don't have expendable income like that. Why didn't you give my
Dude,
grandmother $100?
You are an absolute piece of shit for not helping your grandmother. That's the only reason I'm calling in. You are scum of the earth, little bitch, for not helping your grandmother.
And so are you.
You had a job and you didn't give your mom or your grandmother money. You are a piece of shit, little bitch. That's the only reason I'm calling you.
People are so dumb. It's like my grandmother needed hundreds of thousands of dollars. My few extra dollars wouldn't have done anything. By the way, that's what they prescribe every other American. They prescribe every single other American. We are very uniquely the only first world country that allows people to die because they can't afford medical services. 67% of all bankruptcies here in America are because of medical debt. They prescribe that to everybody. But when they hear about it, they get mad and weaponize it. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
I support some of the actions, but I'm not a fan of Trump, no.
What actions do you support of Trump?
The dismantling of the Imperial American Project.
Are you just an accelerationist?
Yep.
All right. I don't do accelerationist debates. This person's like, I like leftism so much, I want to see millions of people die and be victims of a military state so that maybe the off chance that socialism or communism might prop up is silly. I think that like Kim Jong-un has had decades of rule over North Korea. Like that's what we could face. MAGA, if you're sad about my grandma, wait till you hear about the 11,000 people that die every year for the same reason. And you guys made that bigger. You guys made that worse. Wait till you hear about the 14 million women and children that will die because of the cuts to USAID before 2030. 2030, 14 million? Wait till you hear about that. Enough grandma shaming. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you for the $40. Much love, Lindsay. Thank you. Government plant. Ever heard coping? How can I send you a donation? If you guys are trying to send me a donation, you can go to my link tree and you have to, like, for this account, You have to copy and paste this link tree right here into a browser. And it has all my pay links in there. I have a Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. But yeah. Donate to Grandma. She's already done. You got owned just like the rest. Guys, this is my alt account. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hello?
Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
I don't vote, but if I was going to vote, it would have been for Trump.
Why so?
Policies. Main one was shutting down the border, keeping transgender people out of female sports. My two
All
things
right.
mainly.
So,
But I have a serious question. That last guy was very disrespectful. I'm not going to get disrespectful, but I've watched your podcast a couple times, and I heard you talk about God, and I have a real serious question. Did your grandma pray before she passed away?
she did.
Bless
Just
her
like
soul.
most vulnerable people on their deathbeds, they want to believe in a life after life.
Yeah, so she prayed, asked for forgiveness, accepted God, which she probably had earlier in her life. So you believe she's in heaven?
No, I don't believe there's heaven, no. If
Okay.
she's in heaven, she's up there with Jeffrey Dahmer, so I don't think that's very chill.
Really, Jeffrey Dahmer? I've heard that name, but I'm not familiar.
Yeah, he like ate people and
But
raped
yeah,
them
yeah. Why would you say that he would be in heaven?
because he found God on death row.
I mean, you can say that he found God. That doesn't mean that he found God.
Yeah, and then we start going into
But
like no true Scotsman fallacy, where that's not a real Christian, or that's the person who gets to go to heaven, not this person. I can't imagine my grandma being in heaven and I don't go there. Do you think she would be in distress knowing that I'm in hell? That wouldn't be heaven anymore, would it?
I would say yeah, you're probably right. That yeah, she would be in stress knowing that you're in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
would
I
be.
think Earth is kind of much pretty as close to hell as you're going to get without going there.
I don't think so. I
But
don't.
would
I don't
you
think any of it
would
makes
you trade
sense.
your life? Would you trade your life to not experience this life? Would you have rather give it to somebody else?
No, I think that I value life more than any Christian because I think that this is the only chance I get to experience good and bad. And for those of you who spend every other day on your knees praying to an imaginary God and playing by a rule book that's unnecessary, you're partaking in less life than me.
Part of being Christian is good and bad, experiencing good and bad, living through trials and tribulations, and
I think that
I
they
think that
are
your opinion on
given.
that is wrong.
I don't think they're given the tools to cope with life on life's terms. So, like, if something bad were to happen to a Christian, they would go pray about it. When somebody who's secular would go and do something more objective to fix those things.
Okay, so you don't think when somebody prays that they, after they pray, that they don't go and do something to fix it, to make it better, or to try to solve it?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
I would say most times, not all times, but I think that they might find some peace around it, some unwarranted peace that might keep them from resolving those things.
And I agree, but also you said that you think, and what we think isn't always objective. Um,
Okay.
so another thing, transgender. So you think you think a biological man can have a child?
I don't think you said that right. So I believe in the two sexes, male and female. I don't think that males can birth a child, but I absolutely do think that females can become men and still birth a child. That is a fact.
Females can be trans females can become men and still birth a child.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Born a woman and
Yeah. Do you
decide
believe
later on
that
in
there
life that
was
they want to be a man. Yeah, yeah.
I love the
I agree.
absurdity that the right has taught everybody to like try to poke fun at genders and stuff when There are far more absurd things in Christianity. There are far more things that we could point to, including flat earthers, or that the world is 6,000 years old, or that there were talking snakes, or that people made of clay. I think those are
Yeah, the world
far
the
more
world is a lot
insane
more older than
things.
that. I mean, I do believe
Well,
that, you
there's a
know,
lot of
there.
people who disagree with you. There are hardcore Christians, and I think
Yeah.
that those are just as absurd, if not more, than saying that a female can become a man or a male can become a female woman. That is an actual truth of the world around us. That is a thing you can prove, because gender is a social construct. So just like we came up with 2 genders here, and other parts of the world in different times in history, they came up with 6 and 8 and 3. And the only thing is, I'm not so egocentric that I think that mine, the way that we believe things are here in America, is the only way to think. I think that there's obviously more to it.
Yeah, I mean, just to rewind, I do believe that there are, you know, other living organisms out there somewhere in these billions and billions of planets that are billions and billions of years old. I'm not that naive to not think that there is something out there. As far as the gender thing, I mean, there is man and woman. Somebody can say that there's something, that doesn't mean that they are.
Okay, but what is
It's
it?
all propaganda. They're
It's not
activists towards
propaganda.
something.
So like, you
It
believe
is.
obviously in like the Christian doctrine, but in the Talmud, for Jewish people, there's literally 8 genders in the Talmud in their religious text, and they have the same exact thoughts that you do. That your 2 gender thing is
There,
bullshit, and you can believe it all you
there is
want. But the
no
truth is
other
that there's
mammal.
8.
There is no other mammal. I'm sorry. There's no other mammal in this world that, you know, you can't have. There is no male polar bear that
They
is a
don't have social
female.
constructs.
Yeah, but or okay, a chimpanzee or a
Same thing.
gorilla. There are none that say,
They're not as
you
social as
know.
us. So like, I have a dog behind me. It's a female dog. She's an adult. Is it a woman? Is that a woman?
No, it's a female. And what is a
Exactly.
woman?
So
What is a woman?
we
A woman
created
is a.
women specifically for people, and it is things that carry traits we associate with feminism, but it's not
But what
it's
is a
not
woman?
black and white. A woman is somebody
But
who identifies as a woman. Just like a
a
Cowboys fan
woman
is
is
somebody who
female,
identifies as
right?
a Cowboys fan.
Your dog is a female, and a
She's not a
woman is
woman though.
a female. No, but a woman is a female, right?
I mean, you can say that, but there's like, I think trans women are women. I think they live incongruent with
So you think if
what
a
most
straight guy has sex with a trans woman that he is straight, or he's gay?
trans has nothing to do with your sexuality.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you have a heterosexual male and he endures in a relationship, sexual relationship with a trans woman, is he straight?
Let's make sure you have trans woman right. So trans woman is a male that presents as a woman.
As a woman, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so a
So
woman that has a relationship with somebody who's male presents as a woman. She would be lesbian or something of that nature.
are we talking about post-op, pre-op, or you know,
Sure. I mean, there's a
if
thousand
this is,
different
if it's just a,
variations here,
if
right?
it's just a trans woman and he still has a dick and balls between his legs and he has sex with a woman, what you all would call a cis woman, right? Um, then yeah, I mean, he's not gay.
I think
That's
you can
not
have like a
lesbian. I mean,
genital preference,
that
but
is a man.
you can have a
That is
genital
a man
preference, but there
having
are
sex
plenty
with
of
a woman.
straight women who
He is
have
penetrating her.
okay. There's plenty of straight women who have a relationship with trans men, and they are straight.
There are plenty of women who have relationships with trans men, and they are straight. No, I mean, look, you have a lot of trans men that were women, and they go. I don't know how they would do that. They would get a penis attached to them. I don't know how they would do that, but I mean, still, I mean, I don't know.
I
That's
want to
kind of
remind you that
confusing
being
because he is penetrate. She is penetrating her
I want
with
to remind
something
you
that is
that
attached to her, but she wasn't born with that.
I want to remind you that trans has nothing to do with your sexuality. So somebody who's like a trans woman could either like men or women. It is not determined by being trans.
Bisexual.
I'm just saying you could be bisexual too, but because you are trans, it doesn't dictate your preference on the gender you want to date.
No, and I agree with you on that. But the gender that you are dating, depending on what they are, is dependent on like literally what they are. Like if they are gay, if they're straight, because there's just no way around somebody being biologically born a certain way, and then they decide later on that they want to change it. So whether their preference is if they're born a woman and saying that they're a trans man and they're with a woman now, that woman is still, with another woman at the end of the day.
It would be another
I guess is
man.
what I'm getting at.
So
No.
I'm sorry this is
You
happening to
understand
you.
what I'm saying. You do understand what I'm saying.
I
You
don't
do,
really
and
care.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't obsess
But there's
over.
just really no way around it, brother. There's
I
just
don't
not.
obsess
And you
over.
seem like a very sensible guy.
I don't obsess over people's sexual preferences or their genitals. I think that is their
I
own
don't either.
business. And I
I
think
don't
that
either. It's just
for this to be
my
brought
main
to y'all in
problem is with it is the
politics,
transgenderism of our kids and
that's not a
the
thing
things that are
either.
going on in this world. It is. It
All
is,
right.
man. Come on.
Can
You
you
know it
name
is.
one
You know it's a major
politician?
problem.
Can you name one politician that introduced legislation for trans people to be more prevalent in children's eyes?
I just know that Obama did a lot of stuff that wasn't for black people. It was more for the LGBTQ
What does that have to do with
community. It all
anything?
started mainly with him. It all mainly started with him. All the rights and all this stuff, all the activists, it all started with
You
with
still
him
can't even
mainly.
name one politician today that's even pushing. Like, if I knew, for instance, that y'all were pushing for like children to read about the Bible.
There is no y'all, brother. I'm sorry.
It
I
is
don't vote.
y'all. Y'all are pushing
There
children
is
to read
no.
the
I don't
Bible.
vote. I don't vote. Look, there's
Okay.
200 million people in this country that does not vote. That's more than the people that vote. I am
Okay.
part of that.
All right. I
There
don't
is
know
no
how
y'all.
proud
I'm
I'd
not
be of
independent.
that.
I'm not.
Now you're
Oh
paying
well,
for
I
$5
am because
gas.
we was paying for more with Joe Biden.
Yeah, because of Trump.
How was that? Democrats were, and at that time they were in power for 12 of the last 17 years. How in the world can that be because of Trump? I'm
Because
sorry.
Trump made a deal with OPEC. It's called the OPEC 2020 deal, and he forced Saudi Arabia to stop drilling oil to the tune of 9.7 million barrels per day, which caused scarcity in the world, much like you see today, that caused gas prices to skyrocket. He did it, and he went around pointing at Joe Biden, saying he did it, even though Joe Biden drilled way more oil than Trump.
Inflation Reduction Act, like ring a bell? All the money that they were spending and
Inflation
just
Reduction
wasted?
Act paid for itself. It netted an extra $200
For
billion.
the
Nice try.
how did you have the Inflation Reduction Act and still have the highest inflation? And
Every month
what was
after
it,
the
40,
Inflation
50
Reduction
years?
Act was passed, it reduced inflation from 9 to 3%.
3%. I mean, you could be right about that. I'm not gonna act like I know any different statistics on that. So, but I mean,
I think you're
what
just
was
giving
the
some really bad
what was
messaging.
the interest? What was the interest rate when Biden took office?
So interest rates are controlled to control inflation. So when interest rates go up, it's to reduce
What was
inflation.
inflation when Biden took office?
It was like
What was interest rates and
3
inflation
or
when Biden took
4%,
office?
but they skyrocketed. Inflation lags. So when Trump printed $5 trillion during his presidency, throwing that all into the middle of America, you're not going to see inflation immediately. It doesn't just happen like Thanos snaps. It gradually comes to fruition.
Okay, understood. I do realize that it has a lag. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot more stuff in this country, for us to worry about as Americans than, Trump and what
I
he
think
does in
Trump is the
office.
biggest threat
Because I
to
think he's
world
done a
peace.
lot of good Okay, I think Democrats are. Like I said, I've never voted, but I think that Democrats are. Why were they letting in all these illegal immigrants across the border?
Biden had a 50% rejection rate. Trump had a 47%.
10,000 immigrants a day is a rejection rate. They
So
basically have
we can't
almost
control how
zero
many
now.
try to
They had
come.
10,000 a day.
We can't control how many try to come, but Trump definitely made it worse.
Trump shut down the border. That's why he got elected. That's why he won every swing state. Because most
He ran on
Americans want a
xenophobia,
secure
and a
border.
lot of people
Every
believe what he
country in
says.
this world has a secure border. I can't go to Thailand and overstay my visa. I
Actually,
can't go anywhere and
you
overstay my
you
visa.
you probably could.
And if
And
I do,
so, like,
yeah, but
we spend
if it
180
caught up to
billion
you, you're
dollars
not
on
going to enjoy it.
ICE. There's countries where you could definitely lay low, and they don't have the same like 180 billion-dollar ICE force going around trying to find people and kidnap them. You absolutely could go to other countries
That's
and lay low and be beneath the radar.
well, I know like Thailand is what, it's 500 baht a day. I mean, should we have some type of fine where it's like $50 a day or
It's $250
$10 a day?
once. $250
I'm sorry.
once is what the
I
fine
mean,
is
is
here.
that $250 once? I think it should be like, like $10 a day
I don't
or
even see
something
what the
like that. It's
big
not
bad
reasonable.
outcome of it is. What's the big bad boogeyman? Like, people speed all day, and I think that's worse
Well,
than
well,
people
no, it's
overstaying.
because look, this is what got me into politics was when the open borders and stuff. Because what they were doing, what they wanted to do was move these people into blue states, count them in the census, and use them as congressional electoral college votes.
Well, if that were
So
true, you
Democrats
wouldn't
can stay in,
have.
so the Democrats can stay in power forever. That's why they're having such a problem now with not being able to represent blacks fully, which is racial, and they're having a problem over their already previous
All right.
gerrymandering in
So
these states
if
because
that
they
were the
want to be able to
case,
control the black vote when
okay,
those
if that
black
were the
people don't vote for
case,
them
hold
anyways.
on. If that were the case, we wouldn't have Abbott sending all these people to blue states, right? He sent them
They're
in buses
sanctuary
to blue
states.
states. Why wouldn't he just keep them there for the
Sanctuary states. That's what
census?
they want. Why would he want them in Texas?
Because of the
Why would
census,
he
just
want to
like you
waste
said,
the
right?
the state's money? If when a sanctuary state, you have sanctuary policies. Why not send them there? Let you all take care of them while they're here.
Abbott got all the money for them, actually. He kept all the money and sent them.
I mean, either way it goes, I mean, that's why the borders were open.
The border was not
From
open.
my
That is
understanding,
propaganda. You guys are just as
it was
brain dead
open.
as Nazis. You guys are
It
literally,
was open.
no matter what I show you,
Coming from the party that believes
cis-
a man can be a woman,
all right,
and
and
the
y'all
party of
think
Lyndon Johnson.
y'all think the Earth is flat.
Coming
Dude.
from the
Give me a
party of
break.
Lyndon Johnson, brother.
You guys think the Earth is flat and people are made of clay and they're talking snakes.
No,
right?
no, I'm from a mountain state.
You literally
Come on,
think
I'm from a mountain state.
that the Bible's real?
I'm from a mountain state. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, there you go.
100%. I
There you
believe that
go.
God is real.
Yeah.
I
All right.
believe
Well,
that
that's
Jesus Christ
magic.
died
You
on the
believe in
cross for
magic.
our sins.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have magic. I mean, have you ever been to Disney World? There is magic.
It's illusion, not magic.
No, that's magic. You have some magic out here somewhere.
All right. Well, you're just now
But-
taking it unserious because that's what you have to do when I address the fact that you believe in super people. You believe in Sky Daddy.
No, I believe that Jesus Christ is real. I mean, there is evidence that Jesus Christ walked and lived
There's
on this earth.
literally no evidence,
People
actually.
like your grandmother believed it, and I hate to bring her in. Your grandmother believed it, and you were probably grown up in a church.
And if she were born in the Middle East, she would have believed that Muslim was the realest religion.
Yeah,
Right?
but we all know that Elijah Muhammad is not not like a Messiah. He's not any of that. We all know that he was a pedophile, actually.
Mm-hmm. Like God?
Correct?
Remember
Correct.
God
wasn't a
impregnated
pedo-
Mary
God-
at 14?
Well, God, she was a virgin, right? Was she a virgin?
Does that make pedophilia better?
God just wanted a pure form to hold his son for
Yeah.
all of us Christians.
Not all of us believe in that. Like, there's no actual proof of any of that besides somebody writing that it happened 50 years after the fact.
Hello, how are you doing? I'm sorry, man. 1 second. Yes, no, it's loaded. I'm here to drop off this trailer and pick up another one. Yes, right here. TC. TC. Thank you. Sorry about that, brother.
I think that you guys can fetishize like social and cultural abnormalities all you want, but we live amongst all sorts of people with all sorts of beliefs, and if you don't understand genders, that's on you. But if you believe in Sky Daddies, and I'm not trying to legislate your ass out of existence, then you should just leave them alone.
But no. Okay. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that, brother. I'm working and I'm talking to you. Like I really don't have nothing else better to do sometimes throughout the day other than like watch your all's podcast and stuff while I'm driving. So yeah. And I enjoy it. I like watching you and I like listening to some of your point of views and stuff. So it's interesting. It's just I highly disagree with a lot of your stuff, and I feel like one day we'll all have to come to terms with what we believe in, and yeah. But it was definitely good talking to you, man. I wish you the best, brother. And
All right.
I'm
Take it
gonna
easy,
go
man.
ahead and park my trailer. Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Chat, the phone line's back on. And if you're a Trump supporter, you're welcome to hop into the box. You're welcome to come tell me why you like Trump, or you can call the phone number on the screen. Good day, sir. Imagine being a truck driver and still simping for Trump. You looked at diesel prices, dude? $7 in California. I have a feeling Pickle's grandma probably wouldn't have taken money from him to keep me fed. Guys, I could have handed her like $100 here and there. She still would have died the same exact day, the same way, without hundreds and thousands of dollars of help. Like, she lived in like a really crappy, kind of like a nursing home. She was one of the youngest people there. Hello, y'all. Chat, if you haven't done so already, give me a follow. This is a new account, so make sure that the plus sign is not here. And if you're a Trump supporter and you want to debate, you're welcome to call in. There's somebody with a 765 number. You're welcome to try calling again. We are taking calls again. You need to show me something. Show me. Chat, it just took... Oh, okay, I get you, Carrie. I mean, true. My grandma was like the lady that, like, you couldn't leave her house without her, like, chasing you, like, some bags of groceries and trying to feed you, like, 7 times. Even if it meant her not eating or something. How many accounts have you gone through this month? I have seen, I think, 5 temporary bananas in the last month. I have a 3rd account. We're working on it. I won't lie, I'm like getting inorganic followers on that account so that I can go live the same way I do here. on that account. But if you guys want to follow it, let me say hi on that account really quick. That is my new account. You guys want to follow it? Can I join you? I can. Chat, this is my new account. Follow this account. I'm just going to keep this up here. Thank you guys for the follows. Thank you, Cecil, for the heart me. Thank you, Dindy. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Michelle, Zilla, June. Thank you guys for all of the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The writer's restricting abortion speech, so use your TikTok language. Okay. I have a feeling Grandma would still be here if not for a lack of love, understanding, and compassion. I mean, if we didn't have DEI for rednecks, aka the Electoral College, we would have far more progressive policy. We're very unique as a country the way we do that and the way we dilute votes. I didn't give her money because she was Republican. Ironically, she was. And so was my grandpa. And they both voted to raise retirement age. They both voted to dilute Medicare, Medicaid, ACA. They both voted to their own detriment for taxes, property taxes to skyrocket, gas prices to skyrocket. My grandpa is still alive, and he still swears that Venezuelans are taking over Carrollton, which is where he's from. When I just visited him for Mother's Day, and he made fajitas. Unironically. They're taking over. Let's go get tacos. Thank you for the maracas. Thank you, Lori. Married to Jamaica. Oh, love that. Love that. My stepmom's Irish and totally forgot about the xenophobia that took place when her family came here and started doing it towards other groups.
Hi, Pickles.
Hello.
I want to show you something. I tagged you in the Discord, but you're not looked, so I'm going to show you
sorry.
now since you brought me up. Give me 2 seconds. Look at my screen, Pickles.
Oh, you got a new tattoo.
I did.
Nice.
It's spicy. It's a little it's spicy right now.
Is it Batman?
It's a Scarecrow.
Batman or a Scarecrow?
Yeah, it's Batman villains, but
oh, sick.
9 hours. 9 hours.
Wow.
I was sitting in that fucking chair.
Proud of you.
All I know is that when the yellow and the red go in, it's gonna look so much better.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. We love it.
Yeah, I didn't feel it until today. So
yeah, the arm's usually not too bad when you're getting it done, but the healing sucks.
Yeah, I'm itchy.
Yep.
Well, not itchy healy, but like itchy wanting to like burn.
Yeah, I understand. You got to slap it. You can't scratch it. You got to slap it.
I got Sanoderm for the first time too.
That's the best. It's the best way to do it.
Heck yeah.
Well, we love you, Adriana. I'm gonna
love you too. Drop me down, broskies.
All right. Do I play Fortnite? I don't. Sanaderm does. It's like 3 days rather than like 2 weeks. It's like 3 days of healing, and it's like magic. We mean to get another this man. Yeah. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Cool. What do you like about Trump?
Huh?
What do you
sorry,
like
I
about?
couldn't hear you very well.
What do you like about Trump?
I don't know if I like him anymore, man. I mean, I can I still talk to you if I'm not really supporting him?
I reckon. Like, are you still conservative?
In some ways, in some other ways, not. I mean, I used to be a Democrat, so I'm kind of all over the place.
Okay.
I'm just curious what your opinion of the Israel stuff, and if what you think if I'm just curious if you think that Trump is wrong in his support of Israel over his own country.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that Trump pulling us out of the Iran nuclear deal was senseless. I posted many things about it when he did it. And in all caps was like, why the fuck did he remove us from the Iran nuclear deal? It was working. They were adhering to it. The IAEA reports they were adhering to it. We had 24-hour surveillance, video cameras, satellite, everything you could think of. And Trump pulled us out, and I'm guessing for Netanyahu. Netanyahu needs a reason to attack Iran. He's been begging every president since fucking 1950s or something to invade Iran on his behalf. And it wasn't a possibility as long as they were part of that deal. And it seems like Trump and his stepson or his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who's also the godson of Netanyahu, seems like he got in his ear and told him what to do to perpetuate some war. And I think that there's no sense in any of it. And even the director of counterterrorism, Joe Kent, stepped down in his position and said that they were not an imminent threat. Tulsi Gabbard also said that there was no reason to do this, and she's walked that back. It seems like the real deep state is in place. That's who's dragging us through this war, costing us $1 billion a day. They're looking at gutting even more medical and social security from Americans so they can pour money into this war to kill people. And I think it's atrocious.
Yeah, okay, thank you for that.
Anytime. Is there anything else?
Oh, that's it, man. Yeah, and honestly, I really like your content. I'm definitely going to be listening from now on.
Appreciate it, dude. All right. Well, take it easy, all right?
Yeah, have a good one, man.
You too. Christian deals with the UAE is crazy. He's all over the place. Him and Don Jr., where was their most recent thing? It was like in some country that's like a Ekistan, like Uzbekistan or something. They're using U.S. policy to influence and enrich themselves all over the world. And they did it with Darvo. They're like, look at Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden's the big bad guy. He's getting money for Ukraine and yada, yada, yada. And then they're over there making billions in the Middle East. And you guys are like, whatever. Kushner's a new Epstein. Kushner's something, dude. Kushner, and he's literally the bridge between Saudi Arabia and Israel. So Israel and Saudi Arabia usually don't do very many like friendly trade deals amongst themselves. So they use Jared Kushner and his firm to funnel money to each other. Palestine land sale. So, Real Estate Expo's May 2026 Great Israeli Real Estate Event in New York City, advertising the sale of land in occupied West Bank settlements, sparking protests and legal challenges over the violations of international law. They're out there. Wow. International experts argue these sales constitute a breach of the Fourth Geneva Convention. Palestinian law considers selling land to Israelis as treason, punishing it with potential death penalties, often to prevent the loss of territory to expanding settlements. It was at a synagogue in New York City. Like, this would be in the news for a year and a half. If it weren't for this administration flooding the zone with unbelievable, insane shit every day, this would be in the news for a year and a half. You guys, like, if we were MAGA, we'd be crying about this for fucking 7 years. Happy Pickles Gaming L host. We're the same people. Hello, Hope. What do you like about Trump?
I love Trump.
Okay, what do you like about him?
I love everything about him. He's changing the world for the better. And number one, you talk about Obama and all the Democratic presidents. They all spoke the same thing when they were in office, but they never come through with him either. So I think what he's put through is better than what they hoped they could do.
I think that's wild. It's a wild take. So, Obama, who found peace with Iran without missiles, without people dying, that's not as good as what Trump's doing?
He did very little. He talked about it doesn't he does they always talked about what they wanted to change in the parties and all this stuff. All they brought is hate.
I don't know. When I say mean tweets, who do you think about?
Mean tweets? No one. I'm not into this world of you guys.
Okay, Trump is the president of mean tweets. He's the one who
Well,
says
you know what?
horrible things.
That's his personality.
Well, then
I
how are you
like
going
it
to assign
because
that to
he's
someone else?
I like people to be real.
So you like
I
it when
like
they're
people.
mean?
He's not mean. He says stupid things, but it doesn't everybody. At least he's honest and truthful.
That's not a thing either. I think he's documented 30,000 lies his
all
first
the other,
administration.
huh?
30,000 documented lies and misleading untruths his first
And
administration.
none of them. He wasn't proven guilty of none of them.
I'm not talking about crimes. I'm talking about lies.
I don't see him ever as lying.
Okay. When I say
I
Trump,
like it that he's not stuffy.
so when Trump says that foreign countries pay the tariffs he imposed, is that true or untrue?
I believe in the tariffs. They've been spinning us for years.
That's not what I asked you. Who pays the tariff?
The people.
Who? Us or
The
China?
consumers.
Okay, but when Trump says that foreign countries pay those tariffs, that's a lie then, right?
No, it's not. They need to pay tariffs to send their shit over here.
But that's not how tariffs work.
How do they work?
When Trump imposes a tariff on China, I purchase a computer from China and I pay extra tax to Trump, not China.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
So Trump lied
But
about that.
sometimes you got to go through some hard stuff to get through it.
But he lied.
Our middle class has been lost from these countries taking over us.
That's not a thing. I think he's found a way to make you invigorated towards what he's doing, but none of it is based in truth. So if I go to Walmart and I buy $3,000 worth of items, but they don't buy anything for me, am I getting ripped off?
Well, like I said, if they bring their business back over to the United States, we wouldn't have that problem, and that's what he's trying to do.
That hasn't happened, though. He created almost 0 jobs last year, so he lied to you.
No.
What's the number of jobs he made last year?
I told you before, I'm not a person that knows all these big numbers. I'm just a plain old grandma.
You're the mark.
I even just got a cell phone this year at my age.
So
I don't do computers.
When I say somebody is a mark, what does that mean to you?
They want to shoot you.
Well, no, I'm saying like in regards to a con artist. So I think that you're somebody who might be easily.
They want to scam you. They want to scam you.
I feel like you've been easily swayed by the things he says, even though they're all untrue.
I've lived it. I've lived enough years in my life to know what it is, and I was a full-fledged Democrat for many years. Full-fledged.
It doesn't.
And it changed.
There's plenty of people who've done the opposite. Doesn't mean anything.
Well, I believe that he has full good intentions. I would like I said, I believe that he is trying to do the best he can, and we need to get rid of Doge. Needed to get rid of all these companies sending money to other countries to change their kids' sex, get cartoons.
It's misinformation.
I don't believe in any of this woke. I don't believe in transgendites. I don't believe in all that stuff.
It's not a matter of believing. So, like, we can just see with science that these people exist.
I know. Like I said, there's always going to be a few bad cops, few bad doctors. There's bad in everything. But we always have to see the good. And I believe in standing behind my president. I really do. I mean, I liked the little Ross Perot man years ago. And like I said, but I've never just respected any president like's been going on now to where they actually call it Trump derangement.
I think it's just a tenet of fascism where you label your political opponents crazy for not believing.
But I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
To where if Trump invented a cure for cancer, they'd say he was a liar.
That's not the case. Trump has gutted the research for cures for cancer, and we have every right to be mad at him for that. He's bankrupted the country.
I think they already have a cure for cancer.
Right.
Big pharmaceuticals just don't want it because they want to keep us sick.
Yeah, I think that might be a conspiracy.
I mean, I have heart failure, COPD, asthma, AFib, congestive heart failure, the whole diabetes, the whole list. My doctors told me you won't live till you're 50. But you got to take this and this and this, and I didn't, and I'm still here.
That's not science.
Well, like I said, I believe the COVID They already knew a cure of that before it even come out.
Wouldn't you want it?
What?
The cure for COVID if they had it?
Oh yeah, I would want. I didn't get the shots. I'm not getting that shot that they brought out.
And I think that's
I've
just
never had
a
COVID. I've never
product.
had the boosters. Nothing.
It's still, that's not science. So if they had a real working COVID vaccine, what would that look like? What would we see?
Well, I don't know. I think it would have taken a little bit longer.
Even given
I know
our
people who
advancements in
have.
medicine and science?
Well, I think that the COVID shot gave a lot of people more. I was talking to one lady when COVID was really bad, and she said she went to one of those sites to get tested if she had COVID. Well, she got tired of waiting in a line, her and her husband said. And so they left. And the next day she gets a phone call from that center and says, you have COVID. She said, they said, how do you know? She said, because I didn't take the test. You know, I talked to a guy in the hospital who said his uncle died alone, and he died of a heart attack.
So when
we were
when
lied to a
COVID was
lot.
prevalent, it was required that if you were to let people into your business in certain areas, like I went to a rooftop party and they took my name, my number, and they took my temperature. And if somebody ended up testing positive for COVID, their due diligence would be to call me and say, hey, you were exposed. So I'm willing to bet the people you were standing in line with, at least one of them had the cocoa. And maybe you were exposed to the COVID.
Oh, I wasn't there with them. They just told me that that's what happened to them. And they were good friends.
All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but there's nothing but the entire world and the entire medical community, every single one of them, have all agreed that COVID's real and that the vaccine's still real. And the CDC, the acting CDC right now, they covered up and buried a 25-26 study that proved that the vaccine worked. They
well, you
covered
know,
it up.
Fauci, that's why Biden, he, I forget what you call it, he pardoned Fauci.
Yeah, they were trying to use Fauci as a political opponent, like a common enemy. That's what they do in fascism. So they want to perpetuate propaganda to make this guy seem like the big bad boogeyman. But the entire world reacted the same way as Fauci did. The entire world decided that masking and that social distancing was necessary to save lives. This was unique to Fauci.
Masking. They proved masking did nothing.
It's not true. There's nothing but, you got a violation already. There's nothing but evidence and science that proves that that stuff works. And so long as you guys are anti-science and anti-intellectual, you're probably just gonna keep dying at a higher rate like y'all did. Phone line's back on. If you try to call, it's out. I thought you back all of our presidents, right? What if Epstein was our president? Would you back him? I guess that was a bad question. They might. I hope you're joking, Eifenheimer. Yeah, the phone line's on, y'all. Okay, thank God. Trump is pretty much Epstein. I mean, yeah. To those of us on the left who aren't completely buried in misinformation and partisan hackery. Trump is Epstein. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not actually, but I do have just a kind of thing about the whole vaccines.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering, and like again, I'm not for Trump, Epstein files. Like I could name you 1,000 reasons I'm not for Trump, but
I think he hung up on accident. I got all the vaccines. I'm safe. I think I got sick once for like a day and a half. I laid on my couch and then I was good. Didn't go to the hospital. Didn't have to be put on a respirator. I don't have long COVID. I didn't have myocarditis. And if you take singular incidents as truths, there you go. Yeah, long cocoa is real bad. Especially somebody with COPD. Jesus fucking Christ, get a vaccine, ma'am. Jesus Christ. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Hey, what's up, you fucking retard?
Sorry, TikTok, that was not me, that was a guest. Heavens to Betsy, what are we gonna do with these people, dude? After all of this, what are we gonna do, dude? When Trump's gone, and there's just like this giant vacuum of people that have all this hate and vitriol out of nowhere, what are we gonna do? Hello,
Hey,
is this a
Pick.
Trump supporter?
Can you hear me okay, buddy?
Yeah.
It's Cecil. Just
What?
so you know, I haven't talked to you today, though. Just so
What's
you
up,
know.
Cecil?
I'm real busy. I don't have time to talk, but I just want to tell you, your music listening session you had over the weekend was a lot of fun. And I hope you do that again sometime soon. If you do, I'm going to request a song called Walk on the Wild Side. Have you ever heard about it?
I think so.
It's Lou Reed. It came out like 1972 or something like that. It's the anthem. It used to be the anthem back in the day for the trans community, and the video is really cool. It's full of trans people. The lyrics are all trans. I'm a big Lou Reed fan. I love rock and roll. That's why I enjoyed your show the other night so much.
Based.
But yeah, if you get a chance, they played it on AM radio, and there's a line in there about giving head. And I remember driving down the road with my dad. I was like 12 years old, and that song was on the radio. He listened to AM radio. I was like, holy cow, what did they just say? And then, yeah, it's a neat song, though. I'm going to request it next time you do your music show, okay?
All right, brother. I will definitely let you know next time I do it. All right, I have another phone call.
See ya.
All right. Oh, that phone call hung up. That was a weird combination of sentences, I'll just say. That was weird. Love you, Cecil, but that was maybe think about context. Chat, for those who don't know, I think I'm going to do it on this account, by the way. We do every once in a while. I think I'm gonna do it on the weekends where we do. It's kind of like a jukebox style thing, and for a few dollars, I'll play a song. We all listen to it, and we just go through everybody's taste in music. It's a real fun way to discover music, show each other music, um, and it's a nice chill time. It's a nice chill time. We had like 50 people on average the last time we did it, but I got a feeling it's probably gonna grow a little bigger. It's included in my AI overview I say earlier. Really? I do think I might up the price. Oh, they hung up. Dude, these people have slippery fingers, dude. I think they're just trying to blow my phone up so that I can't receive phone calls. Huh. This is why we can't have nice things, dude. It's the same. It's just a blocked number. I do know about October. I do. It said singing. Ten phone calls. Guys, these people are unhinged. They are unhinged. 11 phone calls. 12. Can I block blocked numbers? I think I can. Hide your call ID, outgoing calls, incoming calls, call forwarding, custom call forwarding, create a rule. Anonymous callers. We are going to send to voicemail. Save. All right, if you blow my phone up, you can expect the same in return. So you got to show me your phone number if you're going to blow my phone number up. Phone line's on and those unknown calls are getting forwarded. They're mad about Trump phone. $100 says this guy bought 3 Trump phone pre-orders. You've affected so many MAGA, which means you're doing good work. It's true. It's true. I'm thinking about starting a small cult. If y'all want to join, let me know. I'm thinking a small cult. There's gonna be like a woman leader. It won't be me. We'll worship feet pics and worms. What would this cult entail? Scantily clad outfits, mostly leopard print. I don't know, like neon flip-flops and leopard print banana hammocks. I'm already out. God damn it. No Kool-Aid? Hmm. I think we can get like this might be our Kool-Aid. You could just get your own. It's delicious, dude. It's lychee flavored. Honestly, this would probably just be the main basis of our cult. We could drink this together. We can do prayers and ceremonies. I've never been good at cults, but I'm willing to try. That's all you gotta do. You had me at banana hammock. Can Little Pickles be the leader? Yes. I can get behind a gold pickle statue. Like, she deserves a statue. I think she's like probably the cutest dog to walk the earth right now. I think that alone deserves a statue. Okay, I'm back in. Fuck yeah. I think leopard print, in remembrance of my dead grandmother. She was obsessed with animal prints, leopard print. And basically we're going to form rallies outside of abortion clinics. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
No, I'm not a Trump supporter. I actually called a little bit ago about the whole vaccine thing, but I was at work and I lost service. But I'm off work now.
Okay.
So I mean, again, not Trump supporter. I cannot state that enough. And honestly, I'm not really anti-vaccine either. I just kind of wanted to get an opinion on it. There is there's a list of side effects with the vaccine, and of course that comes with any vaccine. It's to be expected with anything like medically. One of those risks is infection of the hantavirus. And there's like that whole uptick. There's the thing with the cruise ship, and that's kind of like becoming a thing. Hopefully it doesn't progress any farther than the state it's at. But do you have any words on that at all?
One of the side effects of the vaccine you say might be infection of the hantavirus?
It's in the side effect thing on like the little Pfizer website or whatever.
TikTok, this is for speculatory reasons, for whatever. This is not truth. This is in Minecraft. Let me see. I've never heard of this, so I'm literally just looking this up right now. Straight up, the AI overview says no. If you've got like a good resource for me to read, I would ask for that.
I mean, I actually didn't hear it anywhere, and that's why I said I'm not like coming at this with like the point of like an anti-vax or anything. I just wanted to get someone who's maybe a little more professional in the matter. I did hear it from a friend.
There's a Reuters fact check on this. So Reuters fact check already has something out there. As of May 8th, it says fact check: hantavirus infection is not a confirmed side effect of Pfizer's COVID vaccine. Hantavirus pulmonary infection is a disease caused by some hantaviruses, but not the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, contrary to widely shared online posts, misrepresenting a document listing potential medical events in inoculation. So I don't know. I would go read that article. Misinformation spreads faster than fact. So I would just be careful. I have somebody else calling in who's probably more of a debate. You mind if I grab that?
I got you. Yeah.
All
No,
right,
of course. Go for it, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Missed it. Oh. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
I'm actually Blaze out of your chat. I was sitting there talking with a bunch of people, and your moderators keep on silencing me when I'm talking about our Second Amendment right. Do you know why the Founding Fathers gave us a Second Amendment?
So we can chase down slaves that are getting away?
No, that was well before that. It wasn't about slaves or anything like that. It was for if our government became tyrannical. And it was a mechanism put in place where the American people would instill enough fear into our government where they would stay honest and they would do what the people wanted.
So I think that That's something that is common misconception in circles running around in like the right, but there's
No,
nothing
no, no,
there's nothing
absolutely
is there
not.
something in the Federalist Papers that alludes to that? Because I would ask you, do you think that Alex Peretti should have had a gun on him?
Oh, I don't give no damns about that. I care about what's going on in our government right now. He had the right to have a gun. He absolutely did.
So
And
you
our,
feel
our
like
Second Amendment was fundamentally designed by our founding fathers to prevent tyranny by ensuring the citizens could resist government overreach with force if necessary.
can you back that up with
They
some
viewed an armed populace as a moral check against potential rulers to seize arbitrary power.
so that's a claim. Can you back that up with like some
I can
evidence?
back that up with the actual thinking of our founding fathers. What were our founding fathers going through during the the Revolutionary War?
This is where you would have to show me in like the Federalist Papers where they were trying to round people up to vote for
use
this.
your magical power of imagination here for a second. Just for a second.
So you're just
England
saying you assume
was
this.
taking weapons away from American-born Americans so we couldn't maintain a well-armed militia to resist tyranny.
I still think that not even anybody in your side of the government will tell you that that's the case.
My side of the government and stuff like the government isn't working for we the people anymore. It's working for Donald Trump. It's self-enriching Donald Trump. Hell, the Democrats are literally letting him get away with all this shit that he's doing. Yeah, they're trying to stop him, but they're not doing shit. And they're fucking limiting the voting rights and acting tyrannical against all the people, whether you're Republican or not. You're getting punished by Donald Trump's government right now. You're getting your voices restricted. You're getting your rights taken away. Fuck, they're rounding up American citizens in our streets right now.
All right.
I believe that's tyrannical, and I believe we have a Second Amendment obligation to defend our Constitution against Donald Trump.
I don't agree with you on that. And while I do believe that the government is acting tyrannical, there's no constitutional protection for me to go and act out on it with a gun. There's none. So that's not why it was there. DC versus Heller also says that traditional lawful purposes of self-defense in the home, not tyrannical government. You don't have to call up. You can request up if you're on TikTok. You just hit this little thingy. That was a setup. Yeah, I think that he was trying to get me to admit that we would like to use guns against Trump or something. And I don't think you'll find any liberal espousing that. Time is it? 5 p.m. Looking from Scotland, MAGA thinks more about pews than kids. Can you imagine if there were a thing you could buy to make your like 3 inches bigger? That's what guns do for MAGA. It's literally an extension of their wiener. And you try to take 3 inches from me, I'm gonna fight back, but like, in no way do I think that's a pew pew. Or in no way do I think a pew pew does that for me. Use Scooter gives you that extension. So true. I pretend it doesn't, but it does. Honestly, they should nerf the Scooter effect. It's almost too much. Speaking of which, guys, I really, really want a new scooter. I really, really, really want a new scooter. And I'm thinking about making a donation goal for it. Hello, is this a Trump supporter?
Grandma got ran over by a Democrat.
Is that a black eye you got right there?
Grandma couldn't get no pesos, no.
Are you just MAGA without any really good talking points?
Grandma from the grave, Grandma must behave, Republican.
Are you making fun of my dead grandma to make me angry?
This is Grandpa! You didn't feed me!
It's a new low for MAGA, I guess.
I need food, welfare, wake help me, please!
Hey guys, I got an idea. It's gonna be so funny. Watch this.
I need some food, help me, please, I need a...
Watch this. This is hilarious. It's not Johnny, dude. This person's been in my chat for a minute. It's sad because MAGA is so fragile that would probably get a rise out of them if I did that to them. They'd be punching drywall. I'm so fine compared to this is so true. That was the coolest person on the internet. Based. Try. That person is still calling, dude. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think that person realizes that they're just going straight to voicemail. They've been rage dialing for... Oh my god. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, I can scroll. It's like 3 long screens worth of their phone calls. These people are an unhinged dude. Good God. The Jocular Jurist, thank you for the $10.
At the Jocular Jurist super chatted $10. Start with Heller, MacDonald, and Bruin to C2A as an individual right to keep and bear arms. Then read the Federalist Papers, early state constitutions, 1866 militia law, and English common law.
For the fact that government, or that 2A is for self-defense, not for holding your government accountable. Yeah. He's still calling, chat. It's wild. Commence Scooter Fun. Let's get you and Little Pickles uphill. Thank you, Zilla, for the $15. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm going to find a scooter right now. They're getting not bad. Like, I just found one for $4.99. How many MAGA wives do you think would cheat on their husbands if they saw me on this bad boy right here? I would be crushing ass.
At the Jocular Jurist super chatted $5. Correct, it is an individual right first and foremost.
Jocular, big fucking huge W's, dude. Thank you. Chat, I'm sorry. Clean up on aisle pickles. Get your mops out. This might be my new ride. Dual 1,000 watt motors, 10-inch tires, up to 35 miles an hour, 35 mile an hour range. Guys, this is going in my cart. Do you think we can get this? Do you think we can do that? $4.99. Lake Blue dual 1,000 watt motors, dude. Get your moms out. Save some for the rest of us. No. In this economy, I know, right? Can you get little tassels for the cult aesthetic? Let's see if we can get some leopard tassels. It's hard to get leopard print on tassels. Oh! I want you to close your eyes, chat. Think of a 6'4" skinny man. I can't donate much, but because I'm opening my pet grooming business on July 20th, and I still have a lot of. I have to order before July comes, but I wanted to give you something. Thank you so much, Heather, for $5. We're up to $20 on my fund. I'm gonna do this. We are 20 out of 4.99, chat. Get a helmet? False. I have a DNR. No helmet. Thank you so much, boss lady. Leopard helmet is a must, guys. I have to. That's unfair. That's unfair to everyone else. Leopard seat cover. Not for you, for the dog. Do they have a dog helmet? Let's do this. An infected rhinestone belly button piercing. Oh. It's $12. I'm getting it. Oh my shit. It's not for dogs. Guys, can we get the scooter fund going? I dare y'all to. I dare y'all to. Pickles, you don't even understand the leopard print heaven you're about to unleash. Get her a pretty one. She's gonna need goggles too. She faces backwards when she's in my backpack, so she's good. Oh my god, chat. Oh, there's a pink one too with the ear cutouts. Look at the ear cutouts. Oh my god, chat. Even if we don't finish this today. Guys, we are raising funds for a new scooter for Pickles and I to get safely uphill to the doggy treat store. If you guys want to contribute, my pay links are in the profile. And if you guys are trying to help me out, I will love you until the day I die. Leopard backpack for the dog. Y'all bought me a doggy backpack already, and it's a pretty nice one. Pickles, I got a Pomsky last September. His name's Bowie. I love that. $4.99 minus 15. That's right. It's actually minus 20. So we have 20 so far. Oops. Thank you, Zilla. Thank you, Heather, so much for the donations. Bowie's my profile photo. Oh my goodness. What a good boy. Oh my goodness gracious. How beautiful. Ellie, thank you so much for the $10 for the leopard dog vest. Guys, we're now at $30. I think we can do it tonight. I think that we could at least get halfway there. We're at $30 now. I want my Pomsky so I want a Pomsky so bad. Look at the pic. I totally have to make something with it. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. That is sick. Moon with $50 for the freaking scooter fund. Thank you so fucking much. Oh my god. We just hit $80. We're like a fifth of the way there. I'm at 20 yards of it. I could be in a scooter gang with a vest made of that easily. Oh my god. Just don't die. All right. I'm giving you a follow back, by the way, Kato. Thank you so much. I've been trying to find you. Done. Make a bunch so you can sell them as a cult merch. I wish I was rich. No worries. No worries. I found a helmet for me to check Discord. Oh, let me do the friend request. Oh my god. How do I do this? Dude. Window capture. Discord? That is insane. This is Department of Transportation certified too. If anything, I would probably pick up some closeted MAGA. I would probably cause a lot of men to question their schmexuality. If they saw me in that. Me, wow. Infectious found another cool one. Oh my god, okay, let me see. That was from Zilla. Zilla found that. I didn't see it though. What is this? Jesus fucking Christ. Can I be unhidden yet? Where are you hidden, Jesse? Check general. Oh, let me see. Oh, snap. That's actually pretty sick. That would go good with like a nice Antifa logo. Been asking for YouTube on YouTube. I really would have to look into how. Steffelson, by the way, you super chatted a while back, and I don't think it was read out, but Trump has done more violent criminal history than 95% of the people he deported because he battered E. Jean Carroll while he was actually assaulting her. We got a scooter fund going, Waffle. We got a scooter fund. Our link's not working. They're not. Let me try this. If you guys want to donate, let me do this. You can go to this profile. Oh, my live access is suspended until 42 minutes from now. You have to go to my other profile or copy and paste the link. What was that? Video shows man with the AR pew-pewing at drivers in Cambridge. Oh, I saw this. I need you to do feet pics mandate out of the cult doctrines so I can join. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But yes, chat, we are doing a scooter fund. If you guys are trying to help me, my bio has a link tree, and you have to copy and paste the link tree. Also, my pay apps, I guess people just list them. in the feed. This would probably be better to pick up on my main account. Head around and make sure you got Venmo. Sherry, you sent me Venmo? Sherry with $10 for the scooter fund. Thank you so much. Lauren with 15 as well. How did I miss these? Oh my god, we're making headway. Guys, we're a fifth of the way there. So Sherry with $10 and Lauren with 15. We just broke 100. Stop it. We are at 105 out of 499. Thank you so much. What kind of scooter am I looking at? This is the one I want to get. And there's only 14 left in stock, okay? It's got shocks, pegs, lucky. It's at Pickles GGS on Venmo and on PayPal. Thank you so much, Sherry. Remove this. Let's just take down the calling number. Let's see if this person's still calling me. Oh, they're still calling. They're still calling. Does this person not see that I've turned off the phone? Mine is for helmet for my girl Pickles, not the scooter. My bad. All right. Okay. Is it the same dude who was singing? No, it was the person who used the R slur. There we go. Totally robo-dialer. No, it's too frequent. Like they're hanging up before it's finished dialing and they're just hammering away. Yeah, we're pushing for a scooter chat. We are raising funds. We might continue this on my main account tonight. But it would be super sick if we got, I don't know, halfway. Yo, Cecil, thank you for the $2, dude. Cecil, it means a lot. Thank you, man. We're at 107 out of 500. Cecil equals communist confirmed? I think so. Cecil, you have to change your affiliation, man.
Look, we've been taking a look at the donation pile. We've been looking at all of the money that's been pulling in. Okay, we have a great person he's looking at the money. Okay, you take a look at what's happening in New York with Mr. Poopdani. Okay, Poopdani's got something going on. They're trying to enact Shakira law. This will be the first time that hips are allowed to lie, and that's not a good thing. Okay, because the hips usually don't lie, but this time the hips will lie with Shakira, and that's not a good thing. We don't like that. Okay, who said that? Not me. And look, I think that everybody has to be donating. I say a minimum of $5. Okay, $5. And if not 5, you have to put 20. Okay, what about 20? That's the amount of wars that we've stopped, 20. And that's how many countries I've been to in the last couple of days. We've been to 20 countries with 20 wars and stopped them all and flipped them upside down. Look, we have to get 10 scooters, okay? 10 tricycles, 10 scooters.
All right, chat. You know what? We're going to continue this in a little bit. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to eat some food, and then we're going to come back. And then we're going to raise more money than you've ever seen before, chat. We're going to raise the price of painting the water fountain from a measly $1 million to $5 million to $13 million. Not a big deal. Are we gonna cook together? You know what? I'm sorry, Empress. Jeez Louise. There's nothing I can really cook that's gonna be interesting. Like I don't think anybody wants to see a Rachel Ray version of a 3.5-minute microwaved bowl of noodles. But it will be the best bowl of noodles you'll ever see or that was ever conceived. But yeah, I will see you guys in just a little bit. We will be back, and I'm keeping the scooter fund up. We're keeping this up. We are going to raise this money, whether you like it or not. We will pay for this scooter. And we're gonna make this happen tonight. It was 107 out of $500. Yo, I buried. Dude, I'm so sorry to hear that, James. James says I buried my mom today. Watching you has helped me get through the rest of the day. Thank you, James, with $50, dude. James, thank you so much, and I'm sorry for your loss. And I hope you and your family find some peace. And much love, dude. Thank you. Dude, James. $50. God dang, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, you have a community here. I'm so grateful for y'all, dude. I am the world's most antisocial human. And if I didn't have this, I would be a fucking weird, lonely idiot. So thank you. Thank you to everybody.